morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hope everyone had a good election day. Let's see. Vassar, it's yours. 20347-447. Claire Richardson, PA Cash Flow Properties versus Frank Parrish.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Is there a Frank Parrish here? Frank
Your Honor,
Parrish?
there is a person here on behalf of the occupant, but it's not Mr. Parrish from what I can see.
Is there someone here on behalf of Mr. Parrish? I'm sorry, I didn't get that name.
Shantia Coleman.
Shantia Coleman, okay. Ms. Coleman, this is a landlord-tenant case. It's a non-payment of rent case. Would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys to explain to you the programs that we have that might help you pay some of this rent if you are indeed eligible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who's ready this morning?
Judge Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. Randy, is your client willing to do EDP?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Coleman, if I can get your phone number, do you have the ability to chat it to me through the private chat on the Zoom or not?
I don't know how to do all this.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my phone number. As soon as we get off the phone, please call my number and leave a message with your number, and I will call you either today or tomorrow, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And just make sure you do call me. I've had people not call me in the past. It makes it difficult. So it's 313.
Okay, hold on. 313
774
774
0362.
0362. Okay, I'm gonna call you. What's your name again?
Robert Santiago.
Robert
Thanks, Judge.
Santiago.
Can we get at least 3 weeks to do this?
Oh, I forgot about to put a date on here. Okay, let's see what the new dates are. I have them, the names given me them already. You said 3 weeks?
Minimum, Judge. So please. And I guess, Randy, to make it a little easier, November would be included in the EDP anyway, so.
Mr. Levasseur is on mute. So now the November 25th is the day before Thanksgiving. Mr. Levasseur, oh, he's off. Would December 3rd be better?
I believe December.
I don't know who else is going to be here the day before Thanksgiving, other than me.
December 3rd, I am already in court with you on December 2nd, but December 3rd could work as well. But currently I'm scheduled for a matter in front of you at 9:20 on December 2nd.
Thank you so
Judge,
very much. You said
Judge, I'm sorry.
Robert Santiago.
Sorry, Judge.
You won't be here. December the 3rd is a Thursday, and that's not one of your days.
Judge, I was going to let the court know that I anticipate we should get it done before that date anyway, so December 3rd would be fine.
Thank you. So December 3rd at 9:10?
That's 910, Your Honor.
Yes. And if you get it done earlier than that, well, you guys know how to do it. You can send it to me.
Thanks, Judge. Thanks, Randy. All right, Ms. Coleman, I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Robert.
December 3rd is good for you too, Ms. Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good luck. You're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you. And today my birthday, Judge.
Well, happy birthday to you. I hope
Thank you.
you're
And have
very
a good
young.
day.
Happy birthday to you. No,
Thank you
I
so
don't
much.
sing very well, so. You may leave, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
20347-451. Theodora said DEA is Retzis or Retzios versus Natalie King.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gary Sagatti, representing the plaintiff, P39047.
Is there a Natalie King here? Miss iPhone, what is your name?
Right here, Tiffany Clark.
Tiffany Clark. We're going to change the iPhone to your real name. And who is my Sipo? Is that one of your students?
Yes, Judge, that is. She is a U of M student, law student. Sorry.
What's his name?
I believe it's
My name
pronounced
is-
Seppo. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mai. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My name is Mew, spelled M-Y like my.
Oh, yes, we know her.
And yet
Okay,
I
I'm
still
sorry.
butchered her name. Sorry.
The lady with the iPhone, we'll fix hers now. What's your name, ma'am?
Tiffany Clark. Tiffany Clark.
Okay. Well, we don't have, this Natalie King here. This does appear to be her first hearing since the, pandemic, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, it's the first hearing, but she was personally served by Officer Mason. But my client's interested in EDP.
I don't have a proof of service here. You want to make sure we get it?
Yes, I know that.
Oh, take that back. There it is. Okay, so. You say your client is interested in EDP?
Yes,
So how far shall we take this one to December 3rd also?
well, I'll leave that to one of the attorneys that might be stepping in and helping with the reach out program.
Your Honor,
Please.
this is, oh, go ahead, Robert.
Please, Judge, if you could set it out that far, just to give us an opportunity to add it to the door knock list, the chances of success are greater with a little more time.
She's got personal service. So we're gonna go to December 3rd at 9:20.
Thank you, Judge.
9:20. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is cool. I lost him. I'm trying to help, but I lost him. 20346-586. Sharia Taylor versus Lance Washington.
Gary Sagatti, Your Honor, P39047 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Is there a Lance Washington here?
Yes.
I do have posted service by one of the court's officers. It was posted on October 6th, I believe. First hearing was November 4th. No, that's the day, when we adjourned it till today.
October 14th was the first hearing, Your Honor. And Attorney Kuni Fadibi, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that, stepped in and we did exchange information to process an EDP.
Judge, is this the 20346-586 Taylor versus Washington and Clark?
20346-586.
I thought there was a Miss Clark earlier.
Good morning, Your Honor.
And there is wash. Oh, there's Mr. Felipe.
Good morning, Your Honor. Looking at Felipe.
Good morning.
Nick Charlie, go ahead, P76929.
Did you talk to or work with a Lance Washington?
We are working with Ms. Tiffany Clark, who is also on the case, is a defendant on the case, is my client. We have obtained all the documents we need for the EDP from the client and from the plaintiff. Unfortunately, we're still waiting for the UCHC to complete their processing of the application. I'm waiting to hear back from them on the final numbers. So I'm hoping to get a short adjournment.
So Ms. Clark is a part of this case.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sagatti, are you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yana, excuse me, this Washington, is that Lance Washington? It says eight. Yeah, you Lance Washington though, Mr. Washington?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, Yana.
He's also on the case, Your Honor.
So wait a minute, we have defendant Tiffany Clark and defendant Lance Washington?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you agree, okay. So, Mr. Felipe, how long do you want to adjourn it to?
I was hoping for about a week, Your Honor. If Mr. Sagatti is okay, maybe 2 weeks.
I can give you 2 weeks.
I would rather have the adjournment that assures it getting completed.
All right, then 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Well, now let me tell you again, remember, I won't be here on the 18th. So if you get it worked out, just submit it, and Renee may be able to take it to one of my colleagues to get it signed. Judge Jones Coleman said she'd help out, and a couple of other folks will help out. But if it's not done, then Renee has the right to adjourn it. Whatever the adjournment dates are on that date, she has the right to adjourn it for you. Okay, and I won't be here the 18th, 19th, 20th, or the 23rd. Got it, guys and ladies?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will adjourn this to the 18th at 9:50. Is that good for everybody?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Clark, is that a good time for you?
Yes, ma'am, but I had a question. I want to know, I'm sorry.
Put you in a breakout room with one of the attorneys. I hate to have you ask something that might be, or Mr. Felipe, you have her phone number?
Yes, I do. And she also has my number too, if she wants to reach out to me afterwards.
Yes, why don't you call him later this afternoon and ask, okay?
Okay.
And Mr. Washington, you understand November 18th at 9:50?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Mr. Washington and Ms. Clark, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Good luck. I don't see Mr. Coleman here. Mr. Washington, you're free to go, and Ms. Clark, you're free to go. Renee, I'm sorry. I knocked over all those files. I'm sorry. Cityside Owner LLC versus Thorn Moore.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. Vienta Drake, one of the residents, is present.
One of the defendants, you're saying?
Correct, Judge.
And, Millender Drake.
Actually, that looks like that might be Mr. Moore. I can't really tell.
No, it's Ms. Drake.
Okay, hey, Ms. Drake.
Hello.
Oh, there's Ms. Cohen.
Hi.
Appearances, please.
Carolyn, it's the city side versus Moore and Drake.
Okay, just let me grab that. Yep. Thorn Moore?
Yes.
20346-593, Cityside Owner versus Thornmore and Valencia Drake.
Yanta Drake.
Drake is here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Your appearance, counsel?
Morning, Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157 on behalf of the defendants, Thornmore and Vienta Drake.
So Mr.
Judge,
Moore is
this was,
here.
I'm sorry, this was adjourned from, I believe, October 14th. At that time, Mr. Moore had checked in, but for technical reasons, he had been disconnected by the time the case was closed. It was adjourned to today. Ms. Cohen did provide the phone number. I have spoken to the defendants, and if Ms. Cohen's client is still willing to do EDP, I do have my client's paperwork already obtained, and I just need the paperwork from Ms. Cohen, and hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, that's no problem. I can send in my paperwork.
How much time do we need to adjourn it?
Judge, again, if you could set it to the 12/3 date that you had for another case, the calculations will include November's rent already anyway, so I hope it doesn't make a difference. If Ms. Cohen doesn't object, that would be great, and we can try and submit it before that date so no one has to appear.
Is that good with you, Ms. Cohen?
Well, I would prefer an earlier date, but you know, but if that's the only date that we have, then that'll have to be acceptable.
Well, the earlier date is the day before Thanksgiving. I prefer not to be here, even though I'm going to be here. So we're making it December 3rd and leaving November 25th as our last dates. December 3rd at 9:30 a.m.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Carolyn.
you.
Now, if you get it set, Ms. Cohen, you know you can send it to us.
Oh, sure, I know.
And here, Judge Jones Coleman will sign it, Judge Coleman will sign it, Judge Jefferson, any of them will sign it for me,
Okay.
okay? Because remember, I won't be here the 18th. Well, I should be back by the 3rd, but I won't be here the 18th, 19th, and 20th, and 23rd. But I'm sure if you get it in along those times, Renee knows to take it to somebody.
Thank you.
Okay, Jones Coleman first. Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Judge.
Thank you very much.
All right, Vienta, I think she's free to go, right, Judge?
I'm sorry, Ms. Drake, you are free to go.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye.
20347-459. Anybody seen Abbott? Abbott. Abbott. I'm sure he figures I'm running late. So there's Coleman and Abbott set to the side. Ms. Cohen, I have one of yours again. 20346-601 Manchester PO LLC versus Maya Holmes. The Holmes is, the first name is Myaia.
I'm present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. P 76929 on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Holmes.
Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Your Honor, this is another case where we have all the documents required for the EDP. We're just waiting to hear back from UCHC on the final numbers, so I'll ask for a further 2-week adjournment so we can get this done and hopefully get a conditional dismissal out to you for that date.
You want November 18th at 10 a.m.?
That'll be fine, Your Honor.
Ms. Cohen, is that all right with you?
That's fine with me, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Is the defendant here? If so, they're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's an Abbott case I just set aside. Another Abbott. Ms. Cohen, I have another one of yours. 20346-589 Cityside PO LLC versus Doris Parnell.
That one's actually at 9:40.
Oh, I'm just grabbing it.
Well, Your Honor, I'm here. We can, because
Oh.
this is the same situation with the previous case, Ms. Holmes, where I will be asking for the 2-week adjournment because we, again, have all the documents we need, but we're still waiting for the processing of the applications.
Are you expecting Ms. Parnell to show up today?
She's aware of a court date, but I don't know if she is. I can let, if we are willing, if we can adjourn it, I can let her know that the case has been adjourned.
So 11/18,
Yes, Your Honor. That will be
that's
fine.
gonna be your day, Mr. Felipe.
I know.
At what time, Your Honor?
I'm just looking at him.
Okay, thank you.
10:10, right behind all the other ones,
Yep.
and it's an EDP case.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, make sure you let her know.
I will,
Maybe
Your
you-
Honor.
Maybe you can call her now.
Yep. We'll do so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This next case is
Am I free to go then?
that the only cases you had?
Yeah, I had one, but we entered a consent on it, so I assume it was that it's no longer on the docket.
Judge, that was case number 2346-605. The conditional dismissal was entered by the court on October 30th.
Okay, Ms. Combs. Seems to be that's what everybody's saying.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Take care, Carolyn.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me see if I can catch anybody who wants to call Abbott, feel free to.
Your Honor, I'm coming in. I do apologize. I was in another
I have a
court.
couple for you too.
You have a couple? I thought I had one.
Well, I don't know. Let me double check.
Oh, because I'd be disturbed if it's more than one.
Two 347-455 Antonio Barnett and Nakia Sharp versus Marquita and Marquetta Dorsey.
Your Honor, for the record, Attorney Frederick Coleman on behalf of the plaintiff. Does the court have a proof of service on this matter?
Let's see.
I'm gonna guess the answer is no.
You would be right.
Your Honor, I spoke to Madam Clerk earlier this morning. We did not get service on this. We just happened to be looking through the Register of Action, discovered this case was scheduled for this morning. So we're asking that it be adjourned so we can get proper service. Madam Clerk said she'd forward me over a copy of the documentation in the file so we can do so.
December 3rd,
That's fine, Your Honor. What time?
9:30.
That will be wonderful. Judge, as always, it is a pleasure. You and your staff have a wonderful day. You don't show anything else for me, do you?
I haven't looked through the whole stack.
No, you don't have a case.
The person in charge says, no, you only had the one.
Tell the person in charge she's amazing. You and staff have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Denise, you gonna find out who LG Aristo is?
Yes, the person that just called in, phone is it's labeled REVVL4. What's your name, please?
Aaron Robertson.
No. not you. It's you're on mute, and I need to know your phone is labeled REVVL4. What's your name, please? I've asked him to unmute.
Darius Dawson.
What is it?
Darius Dawson.
Gosson?
Dawson, Dawson.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. What time is your case scheduled for, sir?
I believe it's 10.
Would you happen to have your case number?
No, I just had a paperwork saying how to join into the Zoom meeting.
Hey, Denise, I have it as set for 11 a.m. It's 203421010, Michigan Properties versus Darius Dawson.
Okay, I found it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Okay, Mr. Dawson.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have, excuse me, I have your case is scheduled for 11 a.m. Can you please mute yourself for your case is called?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So we're waiting on Mr. Abbott. Other than that, the next case is scheduled for 9:40. I think we'll call. Would you call Mr. Abbott?
The person who just joined with LG, your phone, could you tell me what's your name? What's your name? You just came on. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
LGARISTO.
I don't know if she's connected.
Yeah, Denise, it looks like she's frozen from where I'm looking at it.
I don't think her
Hello.
Miss Robertson.
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Miss Robertson, what time was your case scheduled for?
9:10.
Do you have the case number by hand? Would you happen to have your case number?
They did not give me a case number on this paperwork.
Okay, just hang on. Her name is. What's your name? Is it Robertson?
Erin A. Robertson.
Hey, Denise, can I ask, does she live on 15755 Rutherford?
Yes, I do.
That's Spark Property Management versus All Occupants. It's a Jim Abbott case.
I figured that's 45459.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My staff were waiting for Abbott. Ma'am, the attorney for the landlord is in one of the other courtrooms, and he'll be here soon. We talked to him.
Oh, shoot.
We can get LGARISTO. Yeah, it does look like she's frozen.
Good morning. The person that just called in, whose phone number ends in 5750. What's your name, please?
Linda Muhammad.
Linda Montgomery?
Linda Muhammad. Muhammad.
I see you. Thank you, Miss Muhammad.
You're welcome.
Okay, so scheduled at 9:40, Your Honor. That's a Sagati. No, I don't know.
Yes, I got it.
Good morning. I just want to interject really quick if I can. My court case was supposed to start at 9:20. I just want to make sure I wasn't overlooked.
What's your name?
It is Jessica Murphy, but the case is between Clover Watson and Andre Murphy and other occupants.
That's an Abbott case, Your Honor.
Mr. Abbott is the attorney, and he should be coming back into the courtroom very soon.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
This one here. Miss Muhammad, could you please mute yourself until your case is called?
Yes, I did. Okay, I put it on mute. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
The person whose phone is Joy ECK. What case are you here on? Your phone is labeled Joy ECK.
Tired, Denise?
That wasn't me, Your Honor, not that time.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, that wasn't me. I think, yeah, that wasn't me.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
What actual time do my court days start? Because it's not 9:10, and I have to help my kids with school.
You know, that's the one for Mr. Abbott.
He should be coming in. We have 4 courtrooms, ma'am, that are doing landlord tenant. and they're moving from one courtroom to another. We've talked to Attorney Abbott, and he said he should be here in a few minutes, so we're trying.
I don't even understand, how do you renew your lease to get a
Yours, I have yours set as the first case for Mr. Abbott to do as soon as he gets back, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, while we're here, Ms. Robertson, would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys while we are waiting for Mr. Abbott?
Yes, please.
Mr. Santiago?
Your Honor, this is Donovan McCarty. I can take this one.
Thank you very much. Mr. McCarty, you'll be in break room 1.
Yes, I would like to be able to speak to an attorney as well, if I can.
Okay, and Mr. Abbott is here, but I'm going to assign Miss Robertson to the break room.
Miss Robertson.
Miss Robertson with, okay, there we go. Mr. Abbott, the first one we have here for you, we've sent her into a break room with Mr. McCarty. All your clients are still interested in EDP, correct?
Yeah, yes.
This is 20347-459 Sparks Property Management versus the occupant, and her name was Robertson, right?
Yes.
She's in with McCarty. Let's see which is the next case I have. 20347-463 is it Crawford Watson III versus Andrew Murphy?
Yes. I'm here, and so is Andre.
That's Jessica Murphy.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Abbott, your appearance.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge Millender. My name is James Abbott. I'm a lawyer, P26085. I'm not so sure EDP is going to work on this case, but
You're not sure about what?
I'm not so sure EDP is going to work on this case. This is a termination case.
Well, we can try.
Yeah, we can try, but
We can try. Mr. Santiago, shall we give her your number and let her call you?
Please, and have her leave her phone number. Jim, you and I can talk in the interim after you talk to your client, see if they are willing to do it, or otherwise we can try and see if we can do something.
sure, I understand.
Okay, Jessica?
Yes.
Can you write down my phone number, and as soon as you get off the Zoom call my number and leave your phone number so that I can call you either later today or tomorrow, okay?
Absolutely.
So let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
313-774-0362.
And your name is Robert Santiago?
Correct. And Mr. Abbott will let me know if his client is willing to do EDP. If so, we'll get all the paperwork together, okay?
Okay, can you tell me what EDP is?
It's eviction diversion program that helps people that were unable to pay their rent during the pandemic period. And it covers up to 35% or 3,500 of any back rent owed if you make under 50% of area median income. And it also helps with up to 2 months rent moving forward for a maximum of $1,200. That's something we can talk about a little bit more, okay?
Oh, okay, and I can give you a call. I can get off and give you a call now, or do I need to wait?
Yeah, no, call right away and leave your number so then I can call you when I'm done with court.
Okay, all right. Do I stay on the Zoom as of now?
That's up to the court, but I think
I'm going to adjourn it and you'll know when to come back. December 3rd at 9:40 a.m. Okay?
Your Honor, did you adjourn the first case, Spark versus occupant?
I haven't called it yet. I was waiting for you.
Okay.
So, Ms. Murphy, you may go now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Jessica. I'm sorry, Judge.
Yes, I'm still here.
You can call Mr. Santiago and leave your number, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 20347-467 BFF Investments versus all the occupants on Strasburg. Anybody here from Strasburg?
Judge Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. When I prepared my docket for this morning, I looked up on the Register of Actions, and there's nothing in the Register of Action that reflects the service was done. I don't know if Jim has anything or not.
I don't have proof of service on here.
I rely on Bailiff Bell to do that. He generally emails the proofs to Renee, but I'd have to check with my bailiff.
Yeah, we don't have it here today. They're supposed to email it downstairs and then they bring it up to Renee. Unless he's just emailing a second copy.
Yeah, I think he emails it to Chuck and Renee, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
Well, let's adjourn this one and get a door knocker out, okay?
Yes, Judge.
December 3rd, Mr. Abbott?
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
What time, Judge?
9:40.
Thank you.
Let's see, Mr. Abbott, do we have any more of yours?
Just need a court date for the first case.
They're in breakout room. If they need time, we'll do it till December 3rd. Do you have any more cases with us today, Mr. Abbott?
I only know about those last three. That should be it for me.
You mean the ones 5, 4, 9?
459?
Yes.
Yeah, they're in breakup.
Yes. It's in a breakout room with Mr. McCarty. So if they need time, you want me to just put it on December the 3rd with the other one?
Yeah, 9:40.
If you insist.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, what?
9:40.
I'm going to sneak away, Your Honor.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow. So we're waiting on Mr. Sagatti.
Good morning. The person that just checked in, just zoomed in. What's your name, please?
Johnny Tate.
Miss Tate, what time was your case scheduled for, please?
9:50.
9:50. Would you happen to have your case number?
Yeah, it's hold on. It's on this paper somewhere. Two 203-46613.
6613.
Mm-hmm.
What's that case number again?
The last is 6613. I don't.
Yeah, it should say Johnny Morrison. I stay in the house too. I'm the tenant.
You said the case number is 20.
Yeah, 203-46613.
Can Renee look that up for me, Your Honor?
She's copying something, but I'm sure she can. Give me her case number again.
20-346-613. Ms. Pollard, I see you. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, your case is at 10 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Johnny Morrison?
Right.
Yeah, that case was dismissed on October 23rd.
So I can.
Mr. and Johnny attorney.
Your case was dismissed, Ms. Tate.
Okay, so am I just leaving it alone, or should I expect something in the mail?
Yeah, I mailed out the notice, the dismissal, so you should be getting it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go, ma'am.
Thank you.
Attorney, I see you're out of the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor, and Mr. Santiago told me that was adjourned to December 3rd at 9:40. I let Ms. Rutherford know, and she left the court.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, thank you, Your Honor.
No. That's how to work when I'm not here. So we know it's gonna work. We're waiting on Mr. Sagadi at 9:40, and it's 9:40.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Your case, your case is scheduled for 9:50.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you guys to mute yourselves until your case is called, please.
Okay.
Hold on just a second.
Okay, hold on.
Mr. Dyer, Mr. Lavasser, you're here for the cases today?
I'm here for several cases, Your Honor.
So I have one that says neighborhood property. Would that be yours?
Yes, I do have one by that name, Your Honor.
I have the defendants here. I'm going to see if they want to go into a breakout room with a free attorney. Ladies, would you like to go into a breakout room?
Yes.
With a free attorney to advise you with this? The other Richie is there we go. Would the two of you like to go into a breakout room, which is a private room, and talk to one of our free attorneys? We have the plaintiff's attorney here, but that would give you a chance to understand the different programs we have.
Your Honor, this is Donovan McCarty. I'm happy. I was wondering if is Mr. Lavasser willing to do EDP on this?
No, the client is selling the property. We're not looking for EDP.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can go into a breakout room with them.
Okay.
How do you go to a breakout room?
The judge will put us in one in just a moment. You should get a pop-up on your screen.
Oh, okay.
McCarty, you're still in room 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to put Richie's in room 1 with you. Now, ladies, you should see something at the bottom of the screen says, I don't know, join breakout room or.
Yep, I see it.
Okay. Anybody able to call Mr. Sagatti for me? I appreciate it.
I will try, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the case with Mr. Sagatti is with me also. I could call him.
Oh, okay.
But it's another case where we will ask for an adjournment for the EDP processing.
Okay.
That's the case with Ms. Linda Mohammed.
That's the case I was, getting ready to call Linda Muhammad, and thought I had another one with them. Yeah, this Muhammad is with Sagatti.
Excuse me, Judge Millender, the other case that you may be looking for is 20346-637. It was set for 9:50, Curtis Winnie versus Antonique Childress. That was also Gary Sagatti.
Give me the last 3 or last 4 again.
6637.
Yes, I have it here. Curtis Winnie versus Antonique Childress. Is she here?
I have not seen Miss Childress, Judge.
We'll have that person as LG Aristo. Mr. Sagatti, perfect time.
Thank you.
This is 20346-617, Mel Cross versus Linda Muhammad.
Gary Sagatti, Your Honor, P39047 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Felipe, P76929. on behalf of the defendant.
Mohammed, would you put your name on the record?
Ms. Mohammed?
I asked her to unmute.
Mr. Sagati, is this client interested in EDP or the
Yes,
CDC?
Your Honor. We already have the documents again, like the previous cases. We are just waiting on the processing. So we will be asking for another adjournment for 2 weeks again.
Oh, okay. And how long are you asking for?
2 weeks, Your Honor.
November 18th?
That's fine, Your Honor.
It's fine, Your Honor.
At 10:10?
Okay, that'll work.
And let me say it one more time, I will not be here that day. And if you come to an agreement, you can send it earlier and I'll sign it. Or that day, Renee will be in charge and she will be taking any consents to other judges to have signed and scheduling additional days if you need it, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, what about 20346-637, Curtis Winnie versus Antoinette Childress?
Gary Sagati, Your Honor, P 39047 on behalf of Mr. Winnie.
Is there an Antoinette Childress here?
Judge Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. Mr. Sagati did reach out to me and indicated his client was willing to do EDP. If Mr. Sagati can provide me a phone number, I will reach out to Ms. Childress and talk to her if the court would just set it over.
When I adjourned it the last time, we were adjourning it for door knocker. Do you have anything?
There was no information on the door knock list, Judge, that I found.
Your Honor, we don't have an objection to an EDP, as Ms. Childress did make a partial rental payment. There's a balance outstanding, but she's making the effort. My client would like to acknowledge that.
Thank you. So December 3rd?
It's fine.
That's fine, Judge. What time?
I haven't said it yet. I'm waiting to see if that's good for Mr. Sagati.
That works, Your Honor.
Okay, so December the 3rd at 9:50.
Thanks, Judge. And Gary, when you get a chance, can you email me contact information and I will reach out to her?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's see what my next one is. Alvin Turner Senior, plus Leanna Thomas, Sierra Thomas Turner, and Brianna Thomas. Case number 20347-471. Scheduled for 9:40, I believe that is.
Judge, again, this was a case where Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. When I reviewed the register of action, there was no proof of service contained in the ROA.
And there is not. And the defendants are not here.
Correct. And I have not seen, is the plaintiff here also? I had not seen that, Mr. Turner, either.
Alvin Turner Senior. Alvin Turner Senior. I'm gonna adjourn it to November 18th at 10:10. See what we get by that time, okay?
Thanks, Judge.
Two zero three four six 641 Sal's Holding Group versus Chantel Pollard. Appearances,
Only Felipe P76929 on behalf of Ms. Pollard.
Gary Sagati, Your Honor, on behalf of the plaintiff P39047.
Ms. Pollard, you're here, correct? Your name for the record?
Chantel Pollard.
Okay, and where are we with this one?
This is another EDP case, Your Honor. We have the documents we need. We've submitted it for processing. Just ask for a further 2-week adjournment to get that completed.
And how long of an adjournment did you ask for, Mr. Felipe?
2 weeks, Your Honor.
You want November 18th?
Yes, that's fine, Your Honor.
Is that good?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. At 10:10?
Yes, thank you.
That'll work.
Thank you.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Pollard, you are free to go now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, I have one more case before you at 11 o'clock, so I'm going to leave your courtroom to go to another one for now.
Hold on, wait a minute, they might be here. What's the defendant's name?
Erica Harris. And that one, Your Honor, I filed the case, but Mr. Callahan sent in a substitution of counsel. I signed it and sent it back to him, but just yesterday.
Oh, okay. So what's the case number?
20343-839.
And Judge, that one was adjourned from 10:21 to do door knocking. I was not able to find any results from door knocking. I don't know if 10:21 was not enough time.
You're saying that's Mr. Callahan's case now, Mr. Guy?
It is unofficially, Your Honor. I received the substitution, I signed it and sent it back, but the court hasn't received it.
Not scheduled till 11 a.m. Let's see what happens at 11.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Guy.
You're welcome.
Excuse me. Can I ask a question?
And who are you?
This is Linda Muhammad. I was on the phone and I was trying to unmute my phone, but I couldn't hear anything. I can hear you guys, but you couldn't hear me.
You're driving?
I heard him say adjourn on 10:18. Is that right?
Ms. Muhammad, are you driving?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because if you get a ticket for driving while talking, and there's
I'm not
nothing I can do.
driving.
Okay.
I'm not driving.
Okay, good. It's been adjourned to November 18th at 10:10.
Okay. So I call the same number. Okay,
I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
what?
So I called the same number back and everything?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Two 20347-479 Trinity Fund versus the occupant on Cloverdale.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
Is there an occupant of Cloverdale, 12340 Cloverdale? It's scheduled for 10 a.m., but it's a little early. I'll set that one back.
Judge Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. The Register of Action did not show that service was done. I don't know if Mr. Lavasser has submitted that to the court or not. I just want to make the court aware.
I do not have service in here. Mr. Lavasser?
Yeah, I'm checking my file right now to see if I have a copy of that. I don't have a copy. I suspect it was served, but I don't seem to have a copy of it here.
Then we'll adjourn it to December 3rd. And if it's not served, you get door knockers also. You got that, Mr. Santiago?
Roger, Judge. Do you have a time?
Yes, 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Now I see the Richies are out. Oops. Hold on just a second. I'm dropping stuff. Recalling 20347-475 Neighborhood Property Consultants versus Caprice Ritchie, Sierra Ritchie, and occupants.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Lavasser, P41712, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
And good morning, Your Honor. Donovan McCarty, P80907, on behalf of defendants.
Your name, please?
Sierra Ritchie.
Caprice Ritchie.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is Donovan McCarty. I did speak to the defendants, and we would like to adjourn so I can, look at the file, communicate with Mr. Lavasser about possibly settling, and maybe filing an answer.
Lavasser, did you say this was a termination case?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you know with the CDC, we may not be able to terminate anybody. You know that, right?
Well, CDC doesn't allow you to terminate for certain reasons, such as the non-payment of rent. In this instance, the owner is looking to sell the property. The termination notice is not based upon the failure to pay rent, Your Honor.
But you know there's a question in the city about making anybody adding to more homeless in the city.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. We're certainly looking for an amiable resolution, but I wanted to make it very clear that to Mr. McCarty, before he talked to his client, that we're not looking to receive funds, we're looking to get possession.
Okay. So how long are we adjourning this?
Oh, if we could adjourn for 2 weeks, I think that would give me enough time to get through everything.
November 18th?
Is that a Wednesday or Thursday? Yep, that works for me.
If I could check my calendar. November 18th should work for my office, Your Honor.
10:20?
That works for me, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. The Richies, please understand that it's being adjourned to November 18th at 10:20. You dial back the same numbers, okay?
Okay.
And you may leave now.
Okay.
Lavasser.
Your Honor,
Service for 20347-483.
let me take a look, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't see one attached to my file either, Your Honor. I will check with my office assistant to see what may be going on there.
Denise, you see something that says Ron's mobile device?
Yes. The person who just dialed in is Ron's mobile device. What's your name, please?
Ronald Harris is my name?
Ronald Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Harris, what time is your case? Or do you happen to have your case number?
It's at 1010. I do have it here in front of me. The case number is 203-474-83.
Okay. Thank you. That's what you just called, I believe, Your Honor.
It'd be that same thing. And
Oh,
Mr. Dyer.
I didn't know. I didn't hear anybody.
I'm sorry, your name is Ronald Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
What's that case number again? The
last
It is,
483, Your Honor.
Yes, here it is. Recalling 20347-483 National Faith Home Buyers versus the occupant. Mr. Harris, do you live on, what is it, Guilford?
Guilford, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your appearance for the record, sir, your name?
Ronald Harris.
And Mr. Lavasser, this one's yours.
Good morning, Your Honor. Which one is this?
This is the 483, the occupant case on Guilford, but we have a defendant here now, Ronald Harris.
I'm looking at that, Your Honor.
The case ends in 7483.
My apologies, Your Honor, is not jumping off the pages for me. Is this a new first hearing, or is this an adjourned matter, Your Honor?
It's the first hearing. We were about to consider door knockers on this one, but the gentleman showed up. Why don't we do this? Mr. Harris, would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys about this case?
Yes, I would like to, ma'am, because I think I'm being wronged in this situation very badly.
Okay, Mr. Lavasser, is your client here interested in EDP?
I did find my file. Thank you, Your Honor. My client may consider it under certain circumstances, but the occupant here is a stranger to us, and we would want to vet him with the typical application process.
Actually, Your Honor, I am not a stranger.
Hold on, sir. I'm going to put you in what we refer to as a breakout room, so you may be able to have a private conversation with Mr. McCarty. Is that you?
Okay.
Judge, it's my turn.
Oh, it's your turn? Excuse me.
Yes. Sorry.
Mr. Santiago, it's your turn.
Thanks, Robert.
Mr. Santiago, you don't have a room. You're right. We're assigning you to room 2.
Thanks, Judge.
With Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, you are being assigned to room 2.
Thank you, ma'am.
You should have something coming up saying join, or I don't know.
Joining now. I'm joining it now.
Oh, okay. This, Mary Rosie, I have a case for you.
Yes, Your Honor. It is Unix Group LLC and Kenny Yurko. The last 4 digits are 6849.
Yes, here it is. This is case number 20346 849 Unix Group versus Pennie Yurko.
For the record, Elaine Martirosian, P33528 for the plaintiff, Unix Group LLC.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Conley Felipe with Lakeshore Legal Aid. Brad Lozinski is the attorney for the defendant, and he's in another courtroom. He's going to be signing on back right now.
And Mr. Yurko, you need to take the scarf off your head. This is a courtroom, sir. May not look like one, but it is. Mr. Yurko, take the scarf off your head.
I don't think he's connected to the audio, so he can't hear you. Let me see, can I send him a chat?
Okay. And you say Mr. Lozinski is his attorney?
I'm here, Your Honor. I apologize.
Oh,
Mr. Brent Lashinsky, P8423. I was stuck in the other courtroom.
that's all right.
I have cases called at the same time.
Do you have your client's phone number?
Mr. Yurko's phone number, did he leave the courtroom?
No, but we can't hear him. I just need him to try to reconnect to the audio because we can't hear him, and I'm not sure if he can hear us.
Okay. Okay. If I'm going to leave the courtroom and call him from my office phone, which is on my computer. So I have to actually leave to do that, and then we'll get back in. Is that acceptable? Thank you very much.
Thank you for being patient, Ms. Martirosian.
It's my middle name, Your Honor.
He's trying to connect right now. He's trying to connect.
I got audio now if you're talking to me.
Okay, he has it.
Okay. Mr. Your attorney is going to try to connect with you. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. Mr. Yurko, can you take the scarf off your head?
It's my hat. My hair is completely embarrassing right now. Do you mind?
I'll give you the benefit of doubt, but
I'll be right back.
okay. We can hear him now, Mr. Lozinski.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor. I was just messaged that information. I'm glad to hear it.
So he stepped away to try to do something with his hair for me. Okay, appearances again.
For the plaintiff, Elaine Martirosian, P33528.
In behalf of Mr. Yurko, Brent Lashinsky, P84238, Lakeshore Legal.
This is case 2034689. There you go, sir. That's not bad.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Lozinski, have you talked to your client? Do you need a break room now or what?
So, Your Honor, I haven't had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Yurko directly, but our staff has been working with him. I did have a chance to speak to Ms. Martirosian last night, although we were not entirely sure if I would be representing the defendant or UCHC MLS would. In short, he has completed his EDP applications and is both eligible and on his way to being approved for that funding, pending approval by Ms. Martirosian and her client. I also would address that I know that there is an issue of a payment of something around $600.
$665.94.
$665 that is owed to Ms. Martirosian's client for a inadvertent payment that needs to be returned by Mr. Yurko.
So what are we doing?
Your Honor, my client was initially willing to pursue the EDP and execute a consent order for conditional dismissal with a few conditions, including that Mr. Yurko repay no later than yesterday the amount of $665.94, which was wrongfully converted by him. He was the maintenance person at this apartment, and then was terminated but stayed on occupying. My client is willing to give him until Friday, which is the 6th, to pay that amount. And also the conditions are a little different than normal in the previous EDPs I've worked on. That amount must be paid no later than Friday the 6th. Another condition is that defendant shall vacate the premises on before January 3rd, 2021. The problem with, unless he's going to pay this amount, the $665.94 by Friday, I'm going to be filing I'm going to be asking for the consent order to be removed and proceeding to where we'd be at today with a money judgment that I'd otherwise request today. So I think that maybe Mr. Yurko and his attorney need to consult on which way he wants to go. With regard to the monies due, my client will pursue the matter with the police next week. If
Excuse me, Ms. Martirosian, is Mr. Yurko working?
Oh, I don't know.
Morning, part-time.
Thank you, Mr. Yurko. And I mean, Your Honor, it is certainly our intention that Mr. Yurko make good on that arrangement. It was our intention to work that conditional dismissal with the conditions that Ms. Martirosian is listing into a conditional dismissal based on EDP, whereas if Mr. Yurko failed to rectify that situation, then the conditional dismissal would fail and Ms. Martirosian would be able to request an immediate entry of judgment or writ from the court. So I would just like the opportunity to work that condition and Ms. Martirosian's other conditions into one conditional dismissal based upon EDB funding.
And Your Honor, the only problem with that, I don't want to waste either of our time or the court's time. If the $665.94 is not going to be paid by the extended date of this Friday, I might as well just go ahead and request a money judgment. It's not, I prefer not to do that, but unfortunately, Mr. Yurko has not been dependable with my client in the past. So we really need something in black and white that he will agree to adhere to, or else we're wasting all of our time today.
November 6th may be a little early, Ms. Martirosian.
Well, this amount has been owed since July.
Okay, hold on. Let me put all of you in, Ms. Martirosian, Mr. Lisinski, you want to go into a breakout room?
Sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How about the two of you go in? We'll leave Mr. Yurko out here.
Thank you.
He's back.
We're assigning you to room 3, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Martirosian, you're going to room 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
You guys are free to go. Let's see. Mr. Horka here?
The person that joined, whose phone is LGQ7 plus, what's your name, please? Your phone is labeled LGQ7 plus. What's your name, please?
Deldre Jordan.
Eldre Jordan.
Deldre Jordan.
What time is your case? Oh, I see. Deldre. I see you. You're at 10:30. Your case is scheduled at 10:30?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
How about the Samsung Galaxy?
1 second, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hello?
Who said hello?
Ronald Harris?
Okay, just
Mr. Harris,
Say it again, man. I didn't hear you.
just hold on a second. We're gonna work on your case in just a minute.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
so. What did you say, Your Honor? Which one?
I was just telling Mr. Harris to hold on. But the
Oh,
one I'm wondering about is the Samsung Galaxy.
Okay, the person whose phone is labeled Samsung Galaxy, I just sent you a message to unmute. What's your name, please?
Joy Eck.
Joy Eck.
Yes.
Are you here on the case?
Yeah, 203477767. Our attorney is Diane Wyrack.
Oh, you're a
Oh,
plaintiff.
okay. Oh, you're okay.
Mr.
Okay, thank
Wyrock
you.
is just coming in.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there a Jermaine Newsom here? Okay, so can I see Mr. Horton's name come up?
I am here.
Okay, Mr. Horton. This is 203468882 B Property Management versus Samuel Hollins.
Morning, Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiff.
Is there a Samuel Hollins here? I do have proof of service in the file. It was adjourned till the day for door knockers. Mr. Santiago, anything on door knockers?
Judge, there was no results for the address of, is this the St. Mary's, 16700 St. Mary's Street? I couldn't find any information for any results from door
Yes,
knockers.
it is, the St. Mary Street. Now, you say
There was no results or information, Judge, for that address in the door knock list that I could find.
Your Honor, this is a termination of tenancy action. Really wouldn't be interested in EDP on this one, so we'd just be looking for possession through a default judgment.
I'm gonna adjourn it one more time. November 18th.
Any reason for the second adjournment, Your Honor?
Just to make sure they're aware. And I'm noting on my adjournment information, a default judgment. So whoever, Jones, Coleman or whatever will know that if the person doesn't show up, it's a default judgment, okay?
You want me to call you on video?
What time on the 18th, Your Honor?
I'm just gonna hit the
November
video.
18th at 10:30.
Thanks, Judge.
And we're looking for, a Samuel Hollins. I thought maybe I saw Samuel Hollins. Okay. Are people out in the breakout room?
Yes, Judge, that was me and Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
Seven, 483, is that the ones?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, recalling 20347-483 National Faith Home Buyers versus Mr. Harris as an occupant of Guilford. And where are we?
Judge, this was a hearing for termination of tenancy. I think it's a little more involved than that. I would ask for an adjournment so that Mr. Harris can provide me with the documents that he has and I can review them and then go from there.
And how long of an adjournment are you asking for?
For this one, if you could do 2 weeks, that would be great, Judge.
Mr. Navassa, 2 weeks,
What day are we looking at, Your Honor?
November 18th?
I think we just scheduled one for that day, so that should work.
Oh, wait a minute, that's a Wednesday, and Renee won't be here. Oh, gosh.
Hey, I'm looking for another job, Your Honor, if Renee won't be there.
He's just on furlough.
Because we don't want to be here.
Okay.
How about we make it the 16th?
16th is a very bad day for me, Your Honor.
Okay, okay. November 18th.
I will say this, Your Honor, I do note that my office is scheduled to be in your court on the 16th. So it would not be me that would be able to attend, but my office, someone should be able to attend. We are scheduled for 9:20 that morning.
November 16th would be a Monday.
That would be fine, Judge.
Thank you. At 10:20.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then if you need more time, they can adjourn. I will talk to the supervisors and let them know what's going on, and then talk to my presiding judge and let her know, okay?
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That was Mr. Harris.
Correct.
Mr.
Thank you,
Harris,
ma'am.
you are free to go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, my assistant just emailed some returns of service to your clerk.
Okay. 20346-849 Units Group versus Pennie, Yurko. the attorney for Mr. Yurko? Who took this one for me?
I believe that was Mr. Lazinski, wasn't it, Judge?
They are in the breakout room.
Oh, the attorneys are in the breakout room. Okay. I see Mr. Cox is actually here today, so.
It's a pleasure to
That
hear.
is both, Your Honor.
Oh, both of you. Uh-oh. What's wrong?
Excuse me, Your Honor. The person who just dialed in, whose number ends in 2518. What's your name, please?
Tracy Chancellor. I'm
Let's see.
Okay. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Go ahead.
20346-927 B Property Management versus Ardell James.
Morning, Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiff.
Is there an Ardell James here was scheduled for 1020? Ardell James here, someone from Goddard Street?
Your Honor, this is also a termination of tenancy action. Defendant did not appear at the first hearing, has not appeared here this morning. I would request a default judgment. There is a proof of service in the file showing he was served to be at the first hearing. The court has adjourned this to provide opportunity for door knockers to go to the property. I would object to any second adjournment to further delay this case.
Okay.
Judge Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. This case was added to the door knock list. I did not find any results from door knocking.
Mr. Santiago, do they say anything about the property? Does it look abandoned? Is there anything like that?
Judge, if the door knockers do go out to the property, they will note whether it looks occupied, whether they were able to make contact, and whether they left a letter or not. As I indicated to the court, there was no results pertaining to this address that I found on the
No results at all? Okay.
No.
How many of you are going to be here on the 25th? I will.
I will be likely, Judge, if that's a Monday or Wednesday.
Judge, I'm here on the 25th, but you set the previous one with the same client for the 18th. If there's any way we can get that same date and time.
What time did I set it for?
10:30, Your Honor.
10:30 is going to be a busy time. You said November 18th, is that what you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Santiago, double check it, okay?
I will, Judge. Thank you.
Yep.
At 10:30 also?
Now remember, I won't be here on the 18th.
You have noted a default on this one as well, Your Honor, in case any other judge is presiding.
I don't know if it means he'll follow it, but I'll put it on here.
Please.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask, Denise, what time did she schedule Mr. Coleman's case for?
Fred, what's the last number?
455.
455.
I don't know what time.
9:30.
9:30.
You're welcome.
2034747 NFH Realty versus Cedric Walker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
There's Cedric Walker here. And who's the REBBL4? Sir, with the white cap on, you're in a courtroom. Would you take it off? I don't have a proof of service on this one.
Your Honor, my assistant just emailed those to your clerk a few minutes ago.
Is there a Cedric Walker here or someone from Normandy? Denise, iPhone lady that's in the blue shirt.
Hello,
And your name?
Latoya Weston. I'm speaking for Tracy Weston too.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the name.
Latoya Weston. This is Tracy Weston.
Miss Weststone, what time was your case scheduled for?
10:50. 10:50.
Do you have your case number?
The case number.
Mhm.
Hold on one second. I think it might be on this paper.
Please sign in Zoom.
It's two. It's
Please
2
sign in
0
Zoom.
3
Wait a minute.
4
I'm sorry.
1.
Let me see who's talking. I'm sorry. Can you give it to me now? To what?
2 0 3 4 1 3 8 1.
It's under LaShanta Johnson.
Yes, it got two. It says LaShanta Johnson or occupants of 6515 days.
And your name is Weststone.
Uh-huh.
And your first name is what?
Latoya. This is Tracy Westall.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna ask you guys to mute your phones until your case is called, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Your Honor, it's at 10:50, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can I ask Mr. Lavasser?
Mr. Lavasser, Renee needs to ask you a question.
Certainly.
Did they email these to the second floor also? These services? They need to go down there.
Yeah, I suspect he only emailed it to you. I don't have that email right in front of me, but if he didn't copy them, then I'm sure he did not send it there.
Oh, he needs to send them to them also.
They have to go to the second floor.
Could you provide me that email address?
I don't know whatever email that you normally send them to. I don't know that.
Okay, our process server usually gets in. I'll direct my assistant to coordinate through the process server.
Okay, because I'm not sure what email they sent them to my file.
Your Honor, is this a point where I could ask to be put in a breakout room? This is Brant, P84238 Lakeshore. I'd like to speak to Mr. Yurko when there's an opportunity.
Sure you can.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
And what was your room already?
I don't believe I'm assigned to one because I had to leave the courtroom. I know.
Right, you are not. So you're going to take room 4.
Sure. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Yurko can join me.
How do I join you?
Excuse me, the person whose phone is labeled REVVL4. What's your name, please?
Otis McCullough.
Mr. Yurko, you should be able to see a button to join a breakout room.
Okay, Mr. McCullen, I see you. Your case was at 10:30.
Okay.
Thank you.
And while it doesn't look like you're in the courtroom, you're, so you need to take the hat off.
Oh, man. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep. Okay. Is that a better picture?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Did we find out there's a Cedric Walker here?
I don't see him, Your Honor. Mr. McCullough, can you mute your phone for your case call?
Yes, what I do, just touch the screen?
No.
I'm going to mute. Mute it.
Your Honor, Darius Dawson has his hand raised. I don't know if you want to answer that or not.
Mr. Vassar, I cannot read the case numbers on several of these cases. To put them in the files, you might talk to your staff and tell them to write over them a little more.
Certainly, Your Honor, if you provide, I mean, if the court wishes, if with the last name or an address, I could provide the case number.
Well, I got a stack of cases to do right now, so we'll talk a little later. Who did
Certainly.
you say had their hand up?
Darius Dawson.
Mr. Dawson.
I was raising my hand because that's not my name. I'm Jermaine Newsom. I don't know why it says Darius Dawson on there.
What's your name, sir?
Jermaine Newsom.
Oh. Okay, I did that by mistake. I'll change it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Wyrack, you're here? Because I have Jermaine Newsom right here in the file.
Yes, and both of the defendants are online.
20347-767 Detroit Real Estate Rent to Own versus Jermaine Newsom.
Diane Wyrock on behalf of plaintiff, P59773.
Mr. Newsom.
Yes.
Would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys about possibly the programs we have to help you out?
Your Honor, this is a second hearing, and we were last time the defendant was instructed to talk to legal aid.
And was he given a particular name or?
No, I don't.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm going to assign to somebody now. Sir, would you like to talk to one of our free attorneys?
Sure. There was a lady we were talking to who had a program or something, and someone she was talking to, a colleague or someone like that. I'm not sure.
The EDP program?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
Did somebody see his name on? It was a female attorney you spoke to?
Yes.
Could it have been? Whoever's trying to wave at me, you can stop for a minute.
I think she's on this case.
Is she on this case?
I think so.
She is.
Deidre Jordan, are you on this case also?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
You live on Stahaven Street?
Yes, Your Honor.
So both of you live on Stahaven?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Whose turn is it now, Mr. Santiago?
I think it's mine, Your Honor. This is Donovan McCarty.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. It's a private room so that you can talk to one of our attorneys, okay?
Okay.
And Ms. Wyrock, are you interested? Is your client interested in EDP?
This is a land contract forfeiture.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
That's all right.
It's a right to own matter, Ms. Wyrock. You know how I am on right to own.
No. If you look at the pleadings, there's a land contract attached. This is not a
real estate right to own.
Yes,
That's
there
what the
is
name of the company, huh?
Yeah, there's a land contract.
We'll see. That's Mr. McCarty. Mr. McCarty, you were in.
I think I was in breakout room 1.
Mr.
Mr. McCarty, do you want me also in the breakout room?
If I could talk to them briefly, I think I could get some background information first.
Okay.
What's the young lady's name?
Deldre Jordan.
George. You're now all assigned to room 1.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Anybody out of the break room for me?
I have come out of the break room, Your Honor. Grant from Lakeshore, P8423. I'm wondering if Ms. Martirosian is stuck somewhere. She seems to be not present in the hearing.
Well, she maybe had to go to another courtroom.
Okay. And with your permission, I'm going to do the same and come right back.
And what courtroom are you going to?
I have a matter open in Judge Millhouse's courtroom at the moment.
Okay. You got no Cedric Walker. No Cedric Walker, let me look at. Just so you know, Mr. Lavasser, the names are whited out too.
My apologies, Your Honor.
And since we only get the fact sheet telling the service, it's not very helpful. Nope, none of these. Let's see, I have a 479 here I can read. So far, I've been able to watch one proof of service for one file. And that's the file of Cedric Walker. Who's looking for Ms. Wyrach? Oh, no, that's Martirossi we're looking for. Is there Otis McCullough here? Otis McCullough? I think I saw.
Yeah. Yes, over here.
This is case number 20346-888B Property Management versus Otis McCullough.
Morning, Joe Horka, P75969, representing the plaintiff.
Mr. McCullough, your name for the record?
Otis McCullough.
Mr. McCullough, would you be interested in speaking to one of our free attorneys about this, about a program that we have called EDP? This is
Yes, yes, I have an attorney, I think, through them guys.
Your Honor, Attorney Felipe is representing the defendant.
I'm sorry, who said that?
This is Joe Horka. His attorney is Kunle Felipe.
His attorney is who?
I think I'm pronouncing it correct. Kunle Felipe. He looks like he's just gone.
Oh, Mr. Felipe, he just
Yeah,
came
sorry, Your
on.
Honor.
No, that's all right. Mr. Felipe, are you representing Otis McCullough?
Yes.
Your appearance, Mr. Felipe?
Kunle Felipe, P76929, appearing on behalf of Mr. McCullough.
So he's here, Mr. McCullough is here. Do you need to talk to him first, or are we ready to go to what's going on?
I've talked to him on, basically, this is a termination of tenancy case.
Yeah.
Mr. McCullough, I've spoken with him and I've spoken with the plaintiff. They're not willing to work ADP, even though Mr. McCullough is eligible. So at this point, we're just asking that we have, basically, I just need some time to review the file and then figure out if there's something that, any defenses that can be raised. I do want to point out that Mr. McCullough is willing to move out. He does want to move out, but he needs more time. The plaintiff is willing to give him till December 1st, but Mr. McCullough just got out of the hospital. He had a heart procedure, and he's going to be homeless. He is evicted at this point, so he's basically asking for more time than December 1st to move out.
Judge, I would ask for a ruling today on this. We were adjourned 2 weeks ago. I indicated right at that hearing we were not interested in eviction diversion program. This is a month-to-month tenancy. There's no legal defense to this action. I've already offered, as counsel indicated, over a month at the time the offer was made to move out from the property. The client shouldn't have to incur any further legal expenses or delay in this case to get a result. I've asked for a judgment within 10 days, and the parties can negotiate longer if they want to.
Mr. Porter, the gentleman just got out of the hospital dealing with some heart matters?
Your Honor, the notice to quit was sent in June, I believe. This case has been pending for some time. He knew that my client.
Excuse me, that's in the middle of the pandemic, sir. If he can provide some proof to the court that it was a heart situation, you know I'm going to give him a little more time, Mr. Hart. You know me
Is
too
he
well.
prepared to present that today, Your Honor?
Your Honor, he was in the hospital room in our last hearing, so there's no question that he was in the hospital.
I'm sorry, Mr. Felipe?
I said at our last hearing, actually, the Zoom call was with him in the hospital bed. So there was no question that he was in the hospital at the time of our last hearing.
No disrespect, but I don't remember that. Can your client send you something that you can send to me?
Yes, I'm sure I can.
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Paper or something?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Even assuming that's the case, it's still not a legal defense to the action, Your Honor. And attached a lease-in file that indicates it's a month-to-month tenancy. I don't think there's a dispute on that. So if the court wants to give some more time given the search situation, that may be understandable. And we've already offered December 1st. But I don't think there's a need to delay this case and adjourn it any further.
Well, except that I need to see the, unless you're willing to give him more time to December, I need to see the paperwork so that I can explain to the court if it comes up why I did what I'm willing to do.
I've yet to receive a counteroffer on that date, Your Honor, that I can take to my client.
I've told asked Mr. Otis, Mr. McCullough, and he hasn't given me another date that will work for him either.
I didn't hear that date. What did you offer?
December 1st. Mr. McCullough?
December 1st?
No, December
Yes,
1st was Mr. Parker's offer. Mr. McCullough said we need more time than that.
And how much time does your client need?
He has not given me a specific time frame as to when he will be able to move out.
Well, why put you in a breakout room and you guys discuss the time needed?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thanks, Your Honor.
How do you go to the breakout room?
The judge is gonna send you a message, Mr. McCullough.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Mr. Felipe, you're going into room 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And there you go. Everybody should have gotten an offer to come to room 5. Cornerstone Estates versus Chanel Martin. Where'd Mr. Cox go? Mr. Cox or Mr. Horton? 20347.
Joe Horka, P75969. Mr. Cox will be representing the plaintiff, but I'll temporarily stand in.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hold
Robert
on,
Santiago.
20347-491. Cornerstone Estates Phase 3 versus Chanel Martin. Now,
Your Honor, Joe Horka, P75969 for the plaintiff until Mr. Cox is ready to appear.
okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. Your Honor, there is a companion case that's related to this matter. Both Ms. Martin and her sister reside in, I think, subsidized housing. Both have been served with a notice to quit, termination of tenancy. We're trying to figure out as an office whether we can represent both, one or none. And so I would ask the court for some time to gather documents and to talk with my colleagues from the other courtroom just to figure out what's going on. So
Your Honor, can you pass on the case until Mr. Cox appears again?
I got a question. Do I have both cases or is one case?
no, Judge. I believe the other case is in a different courtroom. It's but they are related in terms of the basis for the alleged basis for the termination of both their tenancies.
Your Honor,
They live in
the other
the same
case.
unit? I'm trying to get a couple questions out you guys. You're just too quick for me today. Are they the same unit? Is it up and down or something like that?
I don't believe so, Judge. When I looked at the cases, I thought they had different addresses, but I'm not absolutely sure. That's why I'm asking the court for some time as an organization and office for us to be able to do further investigation.
Judge, the other case is in front of Judge Millhouse this morning. I'm assuming that's where Mr. Cox is tied up right now. So I would ask for the court to just pass until he is ready to appear. He is intending to appear on this matter this morning.
Okay, Mr. Horton, I said it over there.
Thank you.
Next time, can I get your questions out, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Apologies.
Thank you. This is case number 20347-487, NFH Realty versus Cedric Walker, and we still don't have him around. So, I'm going to adjourn it for a door knocker. Okay, Mr. Lavasser?
Yes, Your Honor. What date are we looking at?
I don't know. I have to look at my schedule first. I have a feeling I threw with all my door knocker dates. So, December 3rd?
That sounds good, Your Honor.
Thank you. How about 10 o'clock?
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Thanks, Judge. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I speak to Mr. Horka in a breakout room?
Mr. Sadipa, you want to talk to Mr. Horka in a breakout room? Is that what you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Horka, are you willing to go into the breakout room? Mr. Horka. He may be gone. Mr. Horka. Let's give him a few minutes and I'll call him again. Mr. Horka.
Your Honor, I know that Mr. Horka is in another courtroom right now. I did send him a text message to pop in, so hopefully he'll pop in a second.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, for the case ending in 839, do you think I can get a breakout room with Miss Erica Harris on the call, as well as my client, Lindsay Sass?
At 839?
Yes.
What time was it scheduled for?
11 o'clock.
Yes, here it is. And who did you want to be in the breakout room with you?
Erica Harris is the defendant, and Lindsay Sass is also on the call.
So Erica Harris and who?
Lindsay Sass.
Your Honor, sorry to jump in here. This is Lauren Pennie from Lakeshore Legal Aid. We've been trying to speak with Ms. Harris, but have been able to speak with her. Do you think I could speak with her before she speaks with Mr. Callahan?
Sure. Ms. Harris, Erica Harris.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We have a free attorney for you who'd like to talk to you, okay?
Yes, I would like to speak to the attorney.
So.
Why they can't see me?
In room 6, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And the client's name is, what's the defendant's name?
Your Honor, the defendant was Erica Harris. My client is Lindsay Sass. It's under, it looks like Lindsay Sass Infinity.
So Erica Harris is meeting with, I'm sorry, attorney Penny.
Right.
Okay.
Is it room 5 or room 6? I think it's room 5.
Your Honor,
I
I'm
think
assigned to
it's
room
6.
5.
It's room 6, Your Honor, that Erica Harris needs to go into.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, Mr. Horker is here. If I could get in the breakout room with him.
Horker?
Yes, Your Honor.
They would like to go in the breakout room with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're already in room 5, so I'm just going to move Mr. Horker to room 5, okay? And there you guys go. Mr. Callahan, what case are you here for?
The Erica Harris case that you just sent to the
okay.
breakout room. Let me grab a case number. It's 839.
I got it. This is the one that Mr. Sagati said you might be taking over?
I am taking over, and the court should have a substitution signed by all of us.
Yeah, let it get here sometime soon, I'm sure. Okay, let's see.
Who is this whisper?
Didn't I see Ms. Marderosa come back? Oh. No. Two 20346-896 Rose Community Management versus Tanya Huggins Carter.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Mark Wasbury, P. 51575 on behalf of plaintiff.
Is Carter Huggins here, or Huggins Carter? Someone who lives on Evergreen Road? (19101) Evergreen Road, apartment 101. I don't have a proof of service in here.
Your Honor, I do have a proof of service. I of course mailed it, but I'll be glad to email it to Renee.
Did you send it over to did you email it to the second floor first?
No,
Or
I did
Chuck
not.
Jackson? You got
I
Chuck's email number?
think I do have Chuck's email address.
You need to send it to Chuck and then he'll get it to us.
Okay.
There's a system they have now.
Ah, okay.
See how long it works.
Um,
Either way, it looks like I'm gonna adjourn this for a door now.
Your Honor, this is the second hearing.
Yep. You're absolutely right. We'll give them one more, 12/3. December 3rd, 10/10. Door knockers. You got that, Mr. Santiago?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Mr. Wasbury, you may put your objection on the record.
For the record, I object. This is the second hearing. We do have service. And I note the court's decision.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh. Mr. Payments here or someone covering for him? Two zero 341-381 Network Realty LLC versus LaShante Johnson.
Okay, go ahead, man. Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, I think you called Network Realty, is that correct?
Yes.
Ryan Hill, behalf of Network Realty.
And your P number, sir.
68445.
Is there a LaShante Johnson here?
That's my case number, but I'm not LaShante Johnson. This paper was saying, and it said to the occupants of 675 Place or LaShante
Hold on
Johnson.
just a second. What's your case number, ma'am?
She checked in on that one, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what, Denise?
I'm sorry, she checked in early on that, even though it was a Johnson. She said her and Latoya and Terry Whetstone was occupants of the property.
Uh-huh.
But it's 381, the one you just called?
Yes. Someone living on Brace Street, Brace, B-R-A-C-E?
Yes.
Who lives on Brace Street?
I do. Me and Ted.
6525 Brace Street? Is that your address, ma'am?
Yes.
This is the Westos. Didn't we have them talk to an attorney already?
Yes, Judge. Last 2 weeks ago, you adjourned it.
And what attorney did they talk to?
I think it was, if I recall, it was, they reached out to the occupants, they hadn't responded. Can we have some more time to try to find them? That's what I remember.
No, I mean, didn't the Westos talk to an attorney today, Mr. Santiago?
I did not speak with them, Judge. I don't know if they did or not. I think they appeared early for the hearing. And so I don't know if anything was done.
They haven't spoken.
What happened, Denise?
They haven't spoken to an attorney. They came in kind of early. I got their names and renamed them, and they just been waiting. But they haven't spoken to anybody today.
Okay. Then in that case, Ms. Weston, would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys about your case?
Sure.
And which guy's up next?
I can take it, Judge. Hey, Ryan, are your clients willing to do EDP on this case or not?
I'll call him right now. He wasn't 2 weeks ago, but maybe he's changed.
Okay, thank you.
The court suggested. So that's,
I'm going to lead with that, Judge.
please do.
Your Honor, can I get in the breakout room with Mr. McCullough again? This is Commissioner Felipe.
We're on the record, Mr. Sorry.
Hold on, Mr. Felipe, hold on a second. I'm getting ready to put, hold on a second. I'm having a little break room problem.
I'm already assigned to break room 2, Judge.
Someone again. Okay, I got everybody now. Mr. Santiago, you said you take the West Homes?
Yes, and I was assigned to break room 2. Should I just go in there?
Yes, just go in there.
Thank you.
West Homes, I'm assigning you to room 2.
Okay.
And Your Honor, this is Donovan McCarty. I am out of the breakout room on the case ending 767. I believe Ms. Wyrock was on the other side of.
Hold on a second. Mr. Felipe, you wanted me to do something?
I wanted to get in the breakout room with Mr. McCullough.
What breakout room were you in, Mr. Felipe?
5.
Mr. McCullough, and you are already in that room.
Okay. All right, Mr. McCullough, please will you get back in breakout room 5, please?
Okay.
948-8464. Okay.
The person that just came in at number, your phone number ends in 7505. What's your name, please?
Cedric Walker.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Cedric Walker.
Oh, that's somebody I've been looking for.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the wrong courtroom? Oh, okay. We'll get to it next. Detroit Real
Yes, ma'am.
Estate Rent to Own versus Jermaine Newsom. Is that the one you're saying, Mr. McCarty?
Yes, Your Honor, that's it.
So your appearances again?
Diane Wyrock on behalf of Detroit Real Estate, P59773.
And my name is Donovan McCarty, P80907, on behalf of Mr. Newsom and Ms. Jordan.
So what are we doing?
Well, Your Honor, I did speak to them, and I do understand that this was adjourned for them to speak to an attorney. I believe that was an attorney at United Community Housing Coalition. I'm just coming onto this case, and I would like some time to look into it and to speak to them more. I know that they do contest the amount owed, and I believe that they have receipts that they would like to show me. And I just would like some time to look into it. I also note that on the service, it says that instead of a signature, it says refuse to sign. So I'd like to look into it. They said that they weren't given that service. So I'd just like to look into the case just a little bit more if I can get an adjournment. But I do understand that this is, would be a second adjournment.
You don't work for Housing Coalition, do you, Mr. McCarty?
No, Your Honor, I'm with Michigan Legal Services.
Right. Could they tell you who they spoke to?
Yes, I believe it was Hillary Braley that they spoke to, and I believe that she was planning on referring it to Steve Knox, who generally does land contract stuff, but I don't think that. But I have to ask them about what's going on there. But I'm happy to take it over and sort it all out. If I could have that.
Send it to them.
Oh, pardon? No. I'll take. Oh, sorry.
See if we can get Mr. Knox in here and hand it to him.
Yeah, I did message them and they're not currently available. So I haven't been able to get anyone into the courtroom. But again, I am happy to take it over.
December 3rd?
That does work for me, Your Honor. I will be here.
December 3rd at 10:10?
That'll be fine, but could I go into a breakout room with Mr. McCarty before we leave?
Yeah, I can do that right now if you'd like. Yep, that works for me.
Yeah, I can do it. What room were you in, Mr. McCarty?
One, Your Honor.
Yes, you were. So, Ms.
And would you be kind enough to put my client Joy Eck into that same room?
Okay, Ms. White.
So, Mr. Newsom and Ms. Jordan, I'm going to speak to their attorney. You can, I believe, if the judge allows, leave the courtroom. I will talk to Ms. Wyrock and I'll give you a call later today or tomorrow.
Ms. Wyrock, who's your client?
Joy Eck.
Joy who? Oh, Joy Eck, okay. And we assigned everybody room 1? Right, Mr. McCarty, room 1? Yes, okay. Mr. Cedric Walker, hold on just a second, didn't we?
Smell.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, 1 second.
For the record, this is case number 20347-487, NFH Realty versus Cedric Walker. Mr. Walker was in the wrong courtroom, and they sent him to us very recently. Mr. Lavasser, this is your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Randy Lavasser, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Mr. Walker, your name for the record, please?
Cedric Walker.
Mr. Walker, are you interested in speaking to one of our free attorneys about this case?
I'm sorry, ma'am. It's a little hard to hear you.
Okay, are you interested in speaking to one of our free attorneys about this case?
Yes, ma'am. I would appreciate that.
Okay, now, most of them are in what we refer to as a breakout room, talking to other people, so if you hang on a minute, I'll get you into a room, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Ms. Parody, are you available? Lauren Parody?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm happy to speak with Mr. Walker.
Thank you so very much. Were you already in a breakout room for me?
Yeah, I was in breakout room number 6.
Okay. Then, Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Walker, I'm going to, there you are, send you to room 5.
Okay.
Is that right, room 5?
Oh, Your Honor, I was in 6, room 6.
We'll send you to room 6 then. Thank you. Who was that wondering if they could leave?
I got it there.
Ms. Jordan?
Yeah.
I think, didn't the attorney say you can leave, that they'll get back with you?
Yes, he said that he would get back to me. He said to ask you first.
Oh, okay. You may leave.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
You too, ma'am.
I'm trying to get you to get it for you.
Mr. Santiago, just so that you know, Mr. Walker, who we put on a door knocker,
Yes, Judge?
he was in another courtroom, so we just talked to him.
Okay, thank you.
Wasbury still here?
I'm sorry, Judge, can I just clarify? Are you just going to keep it on the adjourned date then for Mr. Walker?
No. Just depends on what the attorneys say.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Wasbury, 20347-499. The case of Millender Hussein versus
Your Honor, I'm so sorry. I can't hear.
Who is that with the background?
Can you hear me?
Bottom of the screen? I do see her at the bottom.
That's Mr. McCarty.
Judge, okay, it sounded like Judge.
I found it. I got it. Thank you. Can you recall that one for me, Your Honor?
Just a minute. Mr. Santiago, did you get into the room with the defendant?
I did, Judge, thank you.
Okay, hold on a second. 20347-499, the case of Hussein Millender versus Kenya Salima Wyndham. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing everybody's name.
Good morning again, Your Honor. May it please the court, Mark Wasbury, 51575 on behalf of plaintiff.
Is the defendant Kenya Salina here? Kenya Salina Wyndham. For the record, this is the first hearing, and I do have proof of service in the file. It was posted on the door.
Actually, Your Honor, I think they got personal service on this one. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll check.
No, I see the 499 is posted on the door by Officer Gregory on 10/21 at 4:31 p.m.
Okay. All right, Judge.
Okay. So let's try a door knocker, okay? Let's go to that 12/3 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Michigan Property Managers versus Darius Dawson. Hold on a second. Yeah. Wasn't there Mr. Darius Dawson here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Denise, could you change that REVVL4 to his name, please? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Property Managers, that's you, Mr. Lavasser.
Thank you, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur appearing on behalf of plaintiff P41712.
Who's talking? And Mr. Dawson, this is your case. Would you tell us your name for the record?
Darius Dawson.
Is there anybody already representing Mr. Dawson? Mr. Dawson, would you like to speak to one of our free attorneys about this case? And maybe they can help you work out payments of rent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's next?
I think it's me, Your Honor. This is Donovan.
Now, Mr. McCarty, what room were you in already?
Room 1, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Dawson,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to place you in room 1. It's one of our, what we call a breakout room so that you can talk to one of the attorneys and get some good legal advice, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, I see that Mr. Yurko is back. Who are we ready to talk to? Mr. Santiago, you got somebody for me to talk to?
Judge, Attorney Hill had to leave for a moment. He said, oh, he is back.
I'm back.
Okay, so what's the case number?
It is, give me a moment. It is 20341-381.
One 381?
Correct, Judge.
Recalling 20341-381 Network Realty LLC versus LaShonta Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, P68445, on behalf of Network Realty LLC.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, on behalf of Latoya and Tracy Whetstone. I don't know if they made it back out of the breakout room. I do not see them.
Judge, if I can, I'll try to make this quick so we can get out of here. I couldn't get in touch with my client, but my client did accept the EDP on another case last week. Would it be okay to send it over for whenever the court wants in 7 days so I can just confirm the permission?
The EDP needs more than 7 days. Would that
Okay.
be right, Mr. Santiago?
Yes, Judge. And right now, I think you've been setting it for December 3rd. Mr. Hill, you and I can talk in the interim, and if your client is willing to do it, we can try and process it so that no one has to be back on that date.
Sure, let's do it.
Just so you know, Mr. Hill, I will not be here on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 23rd. So that's why we're using December 3rd. If you work out something, you can send it in, and Renee will get one of the other judges to hopefully sign it.
Okay, that's great, Judge.
Okay?
Yep.
I think, Mr. Hill, I think Renee said hello to you.
Hey, Renee.
So 10/10 on December 3rd?
That's good with me, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
Hey, Ryan. Hi,
Hey.
Ryan.
Hi. Robert, I'll send you my email.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
Lot Management versus Mr. Chancellor,
Actually,
203-107.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
Mr. Santiago, did you want to say something to me?
I did, Judge. I was going to ask if Miss Whetstone can go, she and her mother. That was the last case.
Yes, I let them go.
Thank you.
Now, is there anybody who's talked to a Mr. Chancellor on Hartwell? Mr. Chancellor here?
He was.
Who is Premier Site? Is that a plaintiff? Premiersite?
Yes, I think.
Your Honor, that's Cornerstone Estates.
Okay, thank you. Did we find out if Mr. Chancellor is here?
He was here earlier, Your Honor, because I renamed him, but I don't know what happened to him.
What did you rename him to? Chancellor, something Chancellor?
Tracy Chancellor.
Tracy Chancellor? Go back and check on a couple of them. 20347-495 Franklin Village Apartment versus Damon Howard. Mr. Palix is the attorney on that one. I don't see anything that looks like it went out to tell Mr. Palix. Anybody here for Gray Street, 9565 Gray Street?
Gregory sent this one for today.
Miss Rosa, would you please mute your phone? I mean.
Sorry, yes.
Thank you.
And I think there is a guy.
Let me go and decipher these.
Please do.
And I'll bring them back to you.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Two 20347-491 Cornerstone Estates Phase 3 versus Chanel Martin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Cox, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. I'm sorry, Judge, did you call the Cornerstone versus Chanel Martin case?
Yes, your plaintiff is Cornerstone?
Cornerstone Estates Phase 3, Your Honor.
Yeah. Is it Chanel Martin here? Chanel Martin? Have proof of service. This appears to be the first.
Who is talking?
Might be behind us, all the way behind us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, Renee whispered him down.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Cox.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, Ms. Martin was personally served on October the 19th. This is plaintiff's complaint to terminate tenancy pursuant to notice to quit. Judge, the underlying facts of this case essentially are that Ms. Martin threatened to murder the on-site manager of the complex. The police report was filed, was attached to our complaint. Ms. Martin having failed to appear and having been personally served, we believe that we're entitled to a possession judgment today, even in spite of the Supreme Court Order 2020-17 that's recently been amended.
Was it filed as a health hazard? I don't think so.
Judge, it was filed pursuant to MCL 600.5714E.
Okay, that would be a health hazard. You said there was a police report in here?
Judge, yes, it should have been attached to our complaint. The court doesn't have it, Your Honor, I do.
Can you email it to Renee? So I can see it?
I certainly can, Judge, if I can get Renee's email address.
Renee, if you go into the chat room, I think Renee's email is in there.
I'm sending it to you, Mr. Cox, right now.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
No, that's Denise,
That's okay.
Madam Court Reporter. What do you say? What do you think
Judge,
Hold on. I'm sorry, who, Mr. Santiago, what?
thank you, Judge. My understanding is Ms. Martin did reach out to Lakeshore. They were not able to represent or assist Ms. Martin. They were referred to our office. At this point, because of the allegations and the, again, there's a related case, I believe, in Judge Milhouse courtroom. The defendant's sister is also, my understanding, her tenancy, they're trying to terminate her tenancy also. We needed time to kind of investigate and figure out what's going on to see if we can assist either both of them, one of them, or none of them. So this is the first hearing, and according to the administrative order, all hearings have to be adjourned at least 1 week anyways. If I could ask if Mr. Cox would agree to perhaps 2 weeks to give me some time to investigate and to talk with the other attorneys from my office and the other courtrooms, at least we can figure out if we can assist them or not.
And Mr. Cox, can you send Mr. Santiago a copy of that police report too?
Judge, I just sent it to the email provided by the court. I will forward that to Mr. Santiago.
That would be Renee's. Now, the 2 weeks is the day I'm not going to be here. One of the days I'm not going to be here.
Your Honor, can I briefly address Mr. Santiago's comments? I mean, first of all, Judge, the adjournment order.
Hold on. Why don't I put you in the breakout room?
I mean, Judge, certainly you can do that. I don't know that Mr. Santiago and I are going to come to any kind of understanding or agreement about this issue.
You may not, I don't think so either, but at least you'll have his email address, phone number, and all that good stuff to reach you.
Certainly fine, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Santiago, what's your break room number?
Number 2, Judge. See you in there, Aaron. Thanks. Thanks, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Monroe, we had one to call you for, let's see.
Yes, Your Honor. I was in a breakout room with Mr. Lazinski. He is just about getting out of another courtroom he's in. We've been communicating.
I'm here, Your Honor, and I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
you're
here.
here. Hi.
I just got back. I apologize. I didn't have a chance to announce myself.
What's the last 4 of the case number?
6849.
Here it is. Recalling 20646849.
Again, for the record, Elaine Martirosian for the plaintiff.
And Brant Lashinsky, P84238, on behalf of Mr. Yurko, the defendant.
Your Honor, while in the breakout room and while Mr. Lisinski was in another courtroom, we still managed to communicate. And I don't know, Mr. Lisinski, what you and your client decided. There was, we were willing to enter into a consent order for conditional dismissal with ETP under certain conditions, or else I'm requesting a money judgment this morning.
Now,
there was personal service in this matter.
Your Honor, in response to that, first, it is unorthodox and not necessarily wrong, but for Ms. Martirosian to have a conditional dismissal drafted based on EDP and expect us to be able to enter into that agreement today isn't likely, because we need financial approval to enter into EDP-based conditional dismissals. The second factor is that the conditional dismissal that she has drafted still includes the 600 and odd amount of dollars for an unrelated matter to rent and unrelated to EDP financing. While that could be a condition in the EDP conditional dismissal, the draft that Attorney Martirosian has offered is demanding that $600+ be paid by now Sunday.
The sprinkler people that came to do the winterization.
Mr. Pennie, we can hear you.
And then, if I may, just my point in that is that it is not going to be possible for my client to be able to pay that $600 by Friday or by Sunday. Certainly, we could work it in as a condition into a conditional dismissal that would be paid with the bulk EDP funds. But to enter into conditional dismissal today with that tangential condition being demanded is almost procedurally impossible.
And Mr. Martirosian, that was my concern too. If the gentleman could pay it by this Friday, why don't we give him at least the normal couple of weeks that it takes to enter the EDP plans, and maybe they'll pay it.
Well, Your Honor, the money involved, the $665.94, has nothing to do with rent. It was Mr. Yurko was a custodian building. I'm sorry, Mr. Yurko, I'm not sure what your title was, but he was terminated on July 13th, and these monies were an overpayment that he took possession of, and it shouldn't. They weren't his money. So my client is. It was
sent to him, right?
Pardon me?
The money was sent to him.
It was sent to him in error by ADP. He was aware of that and immediately removed it from his bank account before ADP several hours later tried to withdraw it. So my client is prepared to go to the police on Monday. This money, he's been promising to pay this money back since July. He does not, he was converted, allowed to stay in his unit, but became a tenant according to the conditions of his employment contract. So my client's been waiting. There's been promises since July to pay this wrongly obtained money back. And this was a condition of consent order for conditional dismissal. And my client is not willing to wait. He's really had it with continual promises that have been made but not adhered to.
If it's the court's promise and the EDP promise, wouldn't that make him feel a little different?
Well, I don't think that EDP could pay this money, could it, Mr. Lisinski? It seems like it's a totally different item.
And I don't mind for the education of all of us to elaborate on that a little bit. But in addition to EDP funds, we routinely work with the Housing Coalition and other partners to help provide funds if necessary for those other conditions, including things that are not rent related. However, if we were to be able to have 2 weeks to enter into, for me to draft a conditional dismissal based upon EDP funds and other additional funds that may be available to help Mr. Yurko with that outstanding balance, which we would even have to verify, then yeah, that could be resolved that way. And it's just a matter of a little bit more time to find the financing for that. And in the alternative for Mr. Yurko himself to come up with that money in 2 weeks.
How much time are you asking for, Mr. Lizinski?
I would say an adjournment for 2 weeks for me to get a conditional dismissal drafted based upon EDP and to protect Ms. Martirosian's client with conditions, at least 2 weeks.
To maybe set up a payment plan that's handled by the Housing Coalition for that amount.
Yes,
Certainly.
Your Honor, unfortunately, any payment plans were never followed. Not a penny's been paid. This has already been dismissed.
Ms. Martirosian, all this happened during the middle of the pandemic. He might not have been working. I'm not asking any of that now, but here's what I'm going to do, and you can tell your client, you know, as we've said before, it's that crazy Judge Millender. We adjourned it to November 18th. We're going to adjourn it to November 18th. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to be here on the 18th, but if you come up with an agreement beforehand, I'll be here the 16th and the 17th. You can send it to me and I can sign it then.
Okay. Your Honor, the date of the 18th would be very, very difficult for me. I'm going to have a house full of infants, toddlers, and family pre-Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to effectively get any privacy other than in a closet to participate in a hearing that day.
Better than me. Okay, so they come over. When do they come over?
They're actually coming for an early Thanksgiving on the 11th of November and departing on the 18th.
Would Tuesday the 24th be an alternative, Your Honor?
Sure, and I might be back by then.
I would like that to be true, Your Honor.
And my client will not like it. However, infants versus a sane hearing.
So the 24th.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
At 9:10. Okay, and Mr. Lizinski, you have all the paperwork that I've emailed over, correct?
I have, and I will edit it and return another conditional dismissal back to you for approval with your conditions, and we can have further conversations in that time period about
Sounds
what the
great.
conditions may be. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank all of you.
You need to keep talking to Mr. Lizinski, and you are free to go now.
Okay, take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Ms. Martirosian.
Bye.
Mr. Yuko, how do you pronounce it? Yurko?
Yorko.
Yurko. Mr. Yurko, you're free to go.
Thank you. Have a blessed
I'll
day.
follow up with you, Mr. Yurko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we out of breakout room 5? I see Mr. McCullough is out. Recalling 20346-888 B Property Management versus Otis McCullough.
And again, Joe Horker representing the plaintiff.
Kunle Felipe representing the defendant, Mr. McCullough.
Mr. McCullough, would you put your name on the record, please?
Otis, excuse me, Otis McCullough.
Thank you. What are we doing here, Mr. Felipe?
Unfortunately, we weren't able to come up with an agreement. At this point, Mr. Horker and I are of the position that we will just wait for your decision on when Mr. McCullough has to vacate the premises.
Wait a minute. Mr. Horker, your client's not interested in the EDP?
They're not, Your Honor. This was a month-to-month tenancy that began in February of 2019. He's simply seeking to recover the possession of the property.
How far behind is he on the rent?
I'm not sure, Your Honor, but I think since about March.
And your client does not want to accept the money from the EDP program?
No, Your Honor. I've asked him a couple different times. He simply wants possession.
But you know that he will not, did you tell him that he will not be able to evict him before the end of December? Most likely.
Your Honor, there's been no declaration filed. This is an action to recover possession. There should be an ability to execute after 10 days or whatever date you provide us.
I know, but did you tell him that Judge Millender might not let that happen?
I didn't, Judge. He understands there might be a delay more than normal, but that shouldn't happen without a declaration or some other legal basis to do that.
So you didn't blame it on me as we normally do?
I would never blame things on you, Judge.
Sure. Even
Blame
when
them
I
on
give you
Attorney
permission
Cox.
to? Is there a judgment already entered in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. Give your clients a adjourning it one more time to November 16th to give them time to rethink this matter. November 16th at 9:50.
I would prefer you just grant some additional time today, Judge, if you think that's.
Hold on, Mr. Hork, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I would prefer you just grant some additional time today if you think that's appropriate. My client has been asked several times if he wants to do EDP. We talked about payments to stay through the date that the defendant preferred. That was declined. There's going to be no resolution and changing of the mind as far as I can tell. So we've offered December 1st. If you think that's short, then I would ask for a short extension after that, but there's no reason to adjourn this case again.
Yeah.
How long did your client say he needed to move?
He wants till the end of the year, similar to the CDC declaration. He, like I said,
He's not eligible for the CDC?
this is a termination of tenancy case, so that's why he may not be eligible. But there has been some history in this case as far as non-payment issues. So I don't know if this is the underlying issue.
Hello, Judge?
Yes.
Yes, may I speak?
You have an attorney.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Mr. Horker, I'm going to adjourn it one more time to November 16th. And after that, I'll be here on the 16th. We can enter into a judgment. I just want you to give your clients one more opportunity to think about it. And of course, you may blame it on me. I don't mind.
It might be the first time I do, Judge, but
Go right ahead. Doesn't bother me.
you said November 16th at what time?
November 16th at 9:50. And I will be here that day.
Alrighty, thank you.
And what do we do with the Martins?
Judge, Mr. Cox and I went into the break room and we had a virtual battle. We couldn't come to any agreement.
Had a virtual battle?
Yes.
Sorry.
And I wish I could have been there to see that. Denise, we wish we could have been there to see that, don't we?
That's right, I sure do. I know we do.
So, tell me a little bit about the case. This is the one that the sister's in, the other one, an allegation of threat?
Correct, Judge. And again, our office received this I think yesterday or the day before. Our offices were closed yesterday because of the election. And so we needed time to investigate the matter to determine if, one, we can represent either both sisters, one sister, or neither sister. And I understand Mr. Cox's position, but I think both tenants have subsidized housing. I think it is very critical that they be allowed an opportunity, if possible, to get some representation, because there is a lot at risk. And so at this point.
Mr. Cox, did you send a copy of that police report to me?
I did.
Renee is checking the emails now.
Judge, again, just to let the court know, I'm asking for an adjournment perhaps to the 16th to do the investigation. I realize that the allegations are serious, but at this point, they are allegations, and I'd like the opportunity to look into the matter further.
Looks pretty rough to me. How much time do you think you're asking for, Mr. Santiago?
If we could set this matter over to the 16th, I believe that's less than 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, to give me again the opportunity to look into this matter further, Judge, I would appreciate it.
Mr. Cox?
Your Honor, yeah, let's get a couple of things very clear here. Mr. Santiago has not filed an appearance on behalf of Ms. Martin. Ms. Martin has not appeared. I'm aware of no mechanism under the court rules that would permit a non-appearing attorney to request any relief from this court on behalf of a non-appearing litigant. Even if the court wanted to entertain Mr. Santiago's request, it absolutely shouldn't. This is a case in which Ms. Martin threatened to murder the on-site manager at this property. Ms. Martin was personally served, and she has not appeared to defend her own position in this case. This is absolutely grounds for termination. It's grounds for an immediate order of eviction. I am not aware of anything that would allow this court to do anything other than grant the relief that is being requested today.
Mr. Santiago, what are your days again?
It's Mondays and Wednesdays, Judge. And I guess the basis for my request, and counsel is correct, I'm not filing an appearance in this matter because I don't know if we are able to represent them or not. But the administrative order handed down by the Supreme Court is that all matters post-pandemic would be adjourned, that the first hearing would be a pretrial, and that the court had the authority to adjourn the matter at least 7 days and further if there's good cause.
Judge, that Supreme Court order does say that, but there's like a lot of orders an exception to that adjournment rule, and that's where a party is personally served and fails to appear at the first hearing. In those circumstances, that Supreme Court order expressly contemplates the entry of a default judgment. And if Mr. Santiago cannot or is not going to be filing an appearance, there is no appearing party today. Ms. Martin is not here. There's no attorney here on her behalf. And even with the Supreme Court order, default is appropriate and proper to be entered.
And who's the other, does anybody know the other courtroom that the lady is in, might be in?
I believe it was Judge Milhouse's courtroom.
And Judge, I was also in Judge Milhouse's courtroom. Ms. Martin, that's supposed to be before you, was not there. Her sister was there because her sister has a case that is separate and distinct from this case in Milhouse.
And was it adjourned?
It was adjourned, Your Honor, only because she appeared. She appeared and the judge treated it as a pretrial and adjourned it accordingly with the administrative order ruling.
And what date was it adjourned to?
December the 3rd, Your Honor.
I'm not going that far out.
Hello?
Who was representing her? Do you know, Mr. Cox?
Ms. Martin is representing herself at the moment on that file, Your Honor.
Johnny, can I find out who this Galaxy Note 10 is?
Yes, please. I was just going to ask that.
What's your name?
Nathalie King. I was just sent over from the other judge's courtroom. I've been there since 9 this morning.
Okay, could you just hold on 1 second? We're
Sure.
in the middle of a hearing.
Okay.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Mr. Santiago, I'm not adjourning it out to the 23rd, to the 3rd of December. I think Mr. Cox makes a good point there. but I will
It-
adjourn it to the 16th. Maybe you
Thank-
guys could work out something. Other than that, the police report looks pretty clear to me. So you
Yes,
have
Judge.
till
Thank you.
November 16th.
Thanks, Judge.
November 16th. Mr. Cox, you want to put your objection on the record?
Judge, I will reiterate what I just said. I don't think that the court has the authority to adjourn the matter based on the failure of any party to appear, no attorney to appear. I think that it's wholly inappropriate to do so under these circumstances and would ask the court to reconsider.
Thank you very much. November 16th at 10:10.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Judge. All right, Aaron, good to see you.
Likewise, Robert. Take care.
Mr. Callahan, did you have a case here this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, and we have a resolution as well.
And what's the numbers on the case?
The numbers on the case is 839, last three.
Had I already adjourned it to something?
It was already adjourned to today's date, yes, Your Honor.
Here it is. This is case number 20343-839. Is it Alanse, ALANSE LLC versus Erica Harrison?
Your Honor, Kevin Callahan, P78273, representing plaintiff in this matter.
And who is representing? Oh, there you go.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Lauren Pennie from Lakeshore Legal Aid. I'm a recent law graduate waiting upon my P number and requesting to practice in your courtroom under Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Mr. Felipe. His P number is 76929.
Not a problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is before Your Honor on an application for a writ of eviction post-pandemic. We've worked out an arrangement that the defendant, the writ shall be signed today. The defendant agrees to vacate the subject property by December 4th of 2020. If the defendant does vacate by that date, we're agreeing to quash the writ, set aside the judgment, and dismiss the case entirely.
Penny, is that something your client agreed to?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Ms. Harris, do you understand what this is?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Callahan, you understand that if something happens, I can sign it today with that on there, but you know if the court or the Supreme Court makes some other decision, I may not be able to allow the eviction to proceed. You know
We
that,
can deal
don't
with
you?
that when it comes to it, but it's my understanding that the defendant is willing to voluntarily move in consideration for having the judgment dismissed off her record. So I believe that there's adequate consideration here, and we should be able to move forward. Obviously, pending anything crazy happening, because with COVID, who knows what could happen. So.
Absolutely. So who's sending me the conditional dismissal?
Well, Your Honor, we're actually signing the writ. And so you should have a writ in the file. I can submit a new writ to the court with the conditions that the defendant's going to vacate by December 4th. And then once the defendant vacates, then we'll enter in the order quashing the writ, setting aside the judgment, and dismissing.
Well, send me the writ with the order attached to the writ.
That's fine. I can do that.
Thank you, Mr. Callahan. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Denise, did you find out who LG Style 6 is? And
Yeah, I was trying to wait. So, oh, I didn't know who that LG Style 06 is. Who, the person on the phone, the LG Style 06, what's your name?
Chanel Martin.
Oh, that's Mr. Callahan. I mean, not Mr. Callahan. Mr. Cox's person we just did.
right.
I was in the wrong courtroom. They gave me the wrong courtroom number, 432.
Okay.
Hold on one second, Martin.
That is case number 20347-491. That would be the case of Cornerstone Estates Phase 3 versus Chanel Martin. Your name,
Yeah.
please, ma'am?
My name, Chanel Martin.
We had adjourned it to see if we could get some notice to you, but since you're here, anybody want to take this case for me? Ma'am, are you interested in one of our free attorneys? Or,
Yes,
sorry,
ma'am.
Mr.
Yes,
Santiago,
ma'am.
you were sure you can handle this case, correct?
Judge,
Because
I
of
was
the-
going, yes, I let the court know that we were going to investigate the matter. Both Ms. Martin and her sister's case were referred to our office. We needed to, again, do an investigation to determine, one, if we can represent both, or if we can represent one, or if we can represent neither. So again, that was why I'd asked the court to adjourn it. If I can get Ms. Martin's contact information, then I can call her after we're done with court.
Why don't you give her yours?
Sure. Hey,
Ms.
Chanel.
Martin, are you listening?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Chanel, my phone number is 313.
Okay, hold on. 313
774
774
0362.
0362.
Okay, when you get off the phone after this hearing, call my number and leave your voice message. And I will try and call you later today or tomorrow, okay?
Okay, sir, can I repeat that to you? 313 774 0362.
Correct.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We're going to adjourn this case till November 16th. And that'll give you and Mr. Santiago some time to talk and talk to Mr. Cox and see if you might be able to work out something.
Okay,
And
sir.
when you come back, you dial this number, not the one that put you in courtroom 432.
Oh, okay. That one was on the paper, but thank you. I'm sorry for that.
That's all right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're
All right,
welcome,
I'll
ma'am.
talk to you soon, Chanel. Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
And who was handling Mr. Darius's case?
Your Honor, that's me, Donovan McCarty, P80907.
Yana, can I find out who is this Galaxy Note 10?
You sure may.
What's your name again, ma'am?
Nathalie King.
Do you have your case number handy?
She was
She was in the wrong
203.
courtroom. I'm
Yes,
sorry, say it again.
203 47 451.
Yeah, she was in Judge Comer's courtroom.
Judge Coleman?
Yes, they gave me the wrong, on this paperwork that they sent me out in the mail, they gave me the wrong courtroom. I've been
What
there
time
since
did
9 this morning.
What
I
time?
Yeah, I think at 9 o'clock, because I've been in there since like 8:50, so.
What's the name again?
Oh,
Nathalie
okay.
King.
It was at 8:50, Yana.
Natalie
Yes,
King?
yes, I've been in his courtroom since 8:50, like 5 minutes before, like 8:45, so.
Yep. Is Mr. Sagati still around? What did
I'm
we
sorry?
adjourn it? Denise, what did we adjourn it to?
We adjourned it to 12/3 at 9:20.
That's because we were looking for door knockers, I'm sure.
Actually, Judge Robert Santiago, if she wants to take my number, she can call and leave her phone number and I can talk to her today or tomorrow.
Let's see. Ma'am, are you interested in one of our free attorneys?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do we need to take it off December 3rd, Mr. Santiago, or leave
No,
it
Judge. No, Judge. That would work out well. My understanding was Mr. Sagati had let me know that they were interested in doing EDP for this case.
Okay. Ms. King, you need to sit up so we can see your face. There we
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
all right. So, ma'am, we've adjourned your case till December 3rd. At what time, Mr. Santiago?
It was at 9:20, Judge.
At 9:20. Mr.
Okay.
Santiago is going to give you his phone number, so you can
Okay.
leave your number on his phone now, so that he'll be able to get back to you and talk about the programs we have.
Okay.
That they pay your rent for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, Natalie, tell me when you can write it down when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, 313
313
774
774
0362.
62. And your name again? I'm sorry.
Robert Santiago.
Can you spell that for me?
Sure. Santiago.
I'm sorry. SAN.
Tiago.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Santiago.
Please call me Robert, and you're welcome. And again, I will call you either today or tomorrow. Just make sure you call me right after you get off the Zoom hearing and leave your phone number, okay?
Okay. Thank
All
you
right,
again.
take care. You're
You
welcome.
too.
Thanks, Judge.
Sorry about the mix-up.
Thank you, Judge.
Mhm.
You have a blessed day.
Okay, you too. And who's ready next? Is Cedric Walker's case ready,
So-
or?
I can leave now, or
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
I'm
you
all
may,
set.
Ms. King. You may
Okay.
leave.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have Cedric Walker's case. Are we ready for that one?
Your Honor, this is Lauren Pennie from Lakeshore Legal Aid. I was hoping to speak with Mr.
You need to talk to an attorney?
But I don't see him
I
here.
would like to have one to represent me. Okay.
I'm sorry, you're looking for,
Hold on, everybody. Ma'am, you
I'm
want
sorry,
to
Mr.
speak to
Lavasser.
the plaintiff's attorney, correct? That would be Mr. Lavasser.
Oh, okay. Apologies. Yeah, I'd like-
Mr. Lavasser, can I ask you to speak to the young attorney here?
I'd be happy to.
Let's hurry up.
Your Honor, I've been assigned to breakout room 6, if that's helpful.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Lavasser, you're being assigned to room 6.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, you guys, there you go. You're both in room 6. Let's see now. Who else do I have here? Is Ms. Wyrock here?
Your Honor, was there another case with Ms. Wyrock beyond the one that I had with her?
I don't know. Let's see. I have the one with her.
Was that Jermaine Newsom and Deldreen
I have
Jordan?
Jermaine Newsom, 767.
And that one I think was adjourned to December 3rd.
Yes. Was I waiting for some paperwork or something?
Nope, I don't think so. We did go into a breakout room, and I think Ms. Wyrock, just to talk about the case, and I think Ms. Wyrock left from there.
Okay. I don't have another case with Ms. Wyrock. What about I think Mr. Lavasser's in a breakout room. Mr. Lavasser is in a break. The last 3 I have are Mr. Lavasser's cases, and he's in a breakout room with another attorney.
Excuse me, I was in the wrong courtroom for like an hour, and they just told me this is the one I'm supposed to be in.
Are you Darius Dawson?
No, I'm Damon Howard.
Damon Howard?
Yes.
Denise, can you help me with that one?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Wadley?
Yes.
Mr. Howard, what time was your case scheduled for?
10:40.
Okay, that was Mr. Pallett's case. I think you adjourned it, Your Honor.
No, he's just calling in.
Okay.
He should be.
You called it. All right.
Yeah, but did we catch Mr. Pallett's, Renee?
Judge, I'm here for Mr. Pallets.
Who is that?
Jeff Gowdy.
Oh, okay. This is case number 20347-495, Franklin Village Apartments versus Damon Howard.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeff Gowdy on behalf of plaintiff.
Mr. Walker?
Uh-oh.
Hey, this is Lauren from Lake Shore Legal Aid. I thought I'd just
Miss
call you
Lauren?
instead of waiting for the
Hold on,
court.
Miss Perry. Give me this, Perry. Hold on just a second.
Sorry, Your Honor, I'll mute myself.
Mr. Howard, are you interested in speaking to one of our free attorneys about having some assistance to pay your rent?
Yes, I was laid off work for about 5 months, and I had got behind, but I was starting to catch up on it.
Well, that's why we're going to introduce you to one of our free attorneys and let them see if they can help you out. We have a couple programs that might be helpful.
Judge, can I just make one point?
Yes.
This is not a non-payment. This is a termination of tenancy.
Who knows? Once we come up with a figure of rent that EDP is ready to pay, your client may be ready to take it.
Okay.
So let's go to a breakout room. Ms. McCarty, what room are you in?
1, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I do want to say, I did speak to Mr. Darius Dawson because, but he did inform me, and Lakeshore confirmed that they are representing him. So I will not be representing him, but I did speak to him. I think that Miss Pennie is working with him.
Okay. What room are we?
Sorry, Your Honor, room 1.
Thank you. Damon's phone, you're being assigned to room 1 now, sir.
Okay.
There's one of our attorneys in there waiting for you to come in so we can talk to you. Thank you. Now, Ms. Pennie, what was it you were trying to tell us?
Judge, I was just trying to say this is not a non-payment. This is a termination of tenancy action.
Yeah, I got yours. I'm looking
Okay.
at Ms. Lauren, is it Pennie?
Hi, Your Honor.
How do you pronounce your last name, Lauren?
Pennie.
Pennie.
Thank you for asking.
You were trying to tell me something. What were you trying to tell me?
Sorry, Your Honor, I was speaking with my client, but I wasn't muted. I apologize about that.
Okay, and who's your client now?
I was speaking with Mr. Walker. Mr. Levasseur and I just came to a conclusion on that case, and I was just running it by him.
Oh, okay, so you wanted to go in the break room with your client, or?
Nope, I just gave him a call, and everything's good. Mr. Levasseur is drafting a conditional dismissal right now.
Well, thank you, Mr. Levasseur.
My pleasure.
No, it's fine. So am I going to get it today?
I hope to have it momentarily.
Ah, okay. Then I shall wait on it. Okay. Hold on just a minute, and when it comes back, so does Mr. Walker understand the conditions of this dismissal?
Yes,
Yes,
he
ma'am.
does, Your Honor.
When he comes in, do I need to put it on the record? Maybe it's best that I do. When he comes in, I'll handle it for a minute and see if we're all good with it, okay? I see Darius Dawson is here, 20342-010, Michigan Property Manager versus Darius Dawson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
And good morning, Your Honor. Lauren Pennie from Lakeshore Legal Aid, practicing under the supervision of Kunle Fadipe, P number 76929.
And Mr. Darius, would you put your name on the phone, on the record?
Darius Dawson.
Thank you. Now, what are we doing with this one, good people?
Your Honor, I thought Mr. McCarty may have been involved here, but if I'm mistaken there, my apologies.
Mr. Dawson, did you speak to one of our attorneys?
Yes, ma'am.
And who would that be?
It was one of the court appointed attorneys that you had gave me, but I was already talking to Lakeshore, but they wasn't on when you asked, so I was kind of like confused at the time.
That was my understanding, Judge. Robert Santiago, Michigan Legal Services, P57157. Mr. McCarty is in a breakout room with another defendant right now, but he had asked me to let the court know that after he started speaking to Mr. Dawson, he was informed that Lakeshore had been working with Mr. Dawson.
Okay, who's Lakeshore today? Ms. Perry, who's Lakeshore?
I'm on Mr. Dawson's case, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. And what are we doing with Mr. Dawson's case? Have you talked to Levasseur about the case?
I would suggest that we adjourn it and pursue EDP.
Now, let's see, who can we adjourn? I have November 25th, that's the day before Thanksgiving. I know I will be working, but I don't know if everybody else will be working.
Your Honor, I also have, I believe, December 2nd and December 3rd with you.
Okay, then we can go to December 3rd. I have one more time left at 10:20. December 3rd is a Thursday. Ms. Pennie, is that good for you?
Yes, that should work for me, Your Honor.
Okay, then December 3rd at 10:20. Mr. Dawson, is that good for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. We're adjourning your case to December 3rd at 10:20. You are free to leave, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. We have two left. Lot management versus Mr. Chancellor, and that's yours, Mr. Levasseur.
Thank you, Your Honor. Should I state the case number, Your Honor, or?
Oh, 203433107, sorry.
No problem, Your Honor. Randy Levasseur, P41712, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Is anybody talking to Mr. Chancellor?
Your Honor, we do have a little bit of a history here. This is the third writ hearing. At the first hearing, Mr. Santiago volunteered to assist. And sometime between first and second hearing, the defendant chose to proceed with this matter without Mr. Santiago's assistance. At the last hearing, it was adjourned to this date, and there was no specific attorney appointed or assisting the defense at that time.
Did he refuse your assistance?
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't hear. Are you talking to me?
I said, did this gentleman refuse your assistance?
I spoke to him on the phone in between hearings, Judge, on October 15, 2020. At that time, he indicated to me that he was not looking for assistance. If I can check my notes, I thought there was another hearing on the 21st, and I am wondering if at that time he did speak to someone else, though. If I could give me a moment to double check my notes, Judge.
There was an October 21st hearing.
Correct.
And a September 30th hearing. And it's September 3rd. Oh, I signed the writ on March.
Correct. Yeah, Judge, from October 21st, my notes indicate that it was adjourned one last time to do door knocking. I know that Mr. Chancellor appeared earlier today. I don't know what happened to him.
Denise, did we have a Mr. Chancellor earlier today? I think you said we did.
Yes, we did. Tracy Chandler.
Do you know what happened to it?
No, he just disappeared. I didn't even see him leave.
Mr. Chancellor. Excuse me. Sorry, folks. That's me yelling this time. Okay, Mr. Lavasser, what are you asking for?
We're asking,
Yes, I am, Your Honor. Okay.
we're asking for the opportunity to move forward with the order of eviction.
Mr. Santiago, you have this gentleman's phone number?
I do, Judge, if you would like me to provide it to the court, or do you want me to try and call him and see if we can get him back on?
Would you call him?
Yes, if you give me a couple minutes, Judge, I will be right back.
Thank you.
Yana, excuse me, Yana, may I step away for a second?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. I'm back, Yana.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, the number that I had for Mr. Chancellor, the response was a recorded message indicating that the number being called was not taking calls at this time, which generally, in my experience, has been indication that it's disconnected or out of service.
Mr. Santiago, you want me to check the number that he called in on?
Yeah, if you want to do that, Denise, that would be great. I can try that if it's different. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. That's not the right number. Don't take that one. Hold on. Okay, let me make sure.
Thanks, Denise.
All right, try this one.
All right, I'll be back. I'll try. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold on, Renee is working on the copy machine. Okay. We got folks in the breakout room. Mr. Howard is back. Mr. Howard.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's yours, Mr. McCarty?
Yes, Your Honor. I just don't see Mr. Pallets or anyone from his office on the line, but I could be missing.
I'm from Mr. Pallets' office.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. I didn't see you.
Okay, here we go. Recalling 203479495 Franklin Village Apartments versus Damon Howard.
For Your Honor, Jeff Gowdy on behalf of plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Donovan McCarty, P80907, on behalf of Mr. Howard.
Mr. Jeff, would you put your P number on?
54.
We can't hear you.
P66254.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, I do understand that this is a termination of tenancy. I also understand that the court wants to see if we can work something out with EDP. I did have one preliminary concern, which is that it looks like there was only a 7-day notice filed in this case, and I could have an incomplete record of what's in the file, but I'm confused why a 7-day notice was filed here when Mr. Howard had a lease that was being paid month to month, and so I don't understand how this came to a 7-day notice.
You're right. August 6th to August 13th, that's 7 days.
Judge, this was filed under MCL 600-57141E, provides for a 7-day notice.
With a police report, though, Your Honor.
But it's a termination case.
It is a termination, Your Honor.
So he was entitled to a 30-day notice.
Not when he causes harm or physical threats at the property.
And again, Your Honor, I
never did nothing like that. I never
Mr.
did nothing
Howard,
like
hold on.
that.
That's why we have attorneys for you. Go on, Mr. McCarty.
Your Honor, Mr. Howard, I did ask him about that. He said there's no record of that. And also, the statute that Mr. Gowdy quoted requires a police report, and I have not been presented with that. It's not in the file.
Judge, the statute does not require a police report. It requires that the police department be notified, and that was done in this instance. There is videotape footage of Mr. Howard discharging the firearm at the property.
Okay.
Well, I need a police report. Was there a police report made?
I believe there was, Your Honor.
Because this says just see attachment A. And there's no attachment A in here. I take that back. Attachment A looks like it's part of the lease. Well, let's send everybody the police report,
We'll do that, Judge.
and we'll adjourn it to November 16th at 10:10.
Okay, that sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
welcome. And that way we can deal with everything, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Howard, your case is being adjourned to November 16th
Oh,
at 10:10.
Your
In
Honor,
this court.
My apologies, Your Honor. I'm actually not here on the 16th. I'm here on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Is it possible to get a Wednesday or Thursday?
I will see.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I won't be here on the 18th. I won't be here on the 19th.
Okay.
How about you said you're here on what dates?
Wednesday and Thursday, Your Honor.
How about this? We'll adjourn it to I won't be here on November the 18th. Which is the Wednesday.
Your Honor, I could come in on the 16th for this, or try to find someone to cover it if I'm not able to, if that works best for the court.
16th would be the best day.
Okay, that's okay, Your Honor. I'll make sure that it's covered, or I'm here.
For the nature of this case, I'd hate to put it on one of my other friends. They might not be my friend anymore.
I understand, Your Honor. That makes sense.
So November 16th at 10:10.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Howard, you understand? This
Yeah.
courtroom 433, November 16th at 10:10.
Okay.
You're free to go now. Can I just see this chancellor come up? Was that
Can I talk with McCarthy for a second?
Does he have your phone number?
Yes,
Mr. Howard, I'll give you a call right now. Your phone number, yep, I have. Your phone number ends in 9815, right, Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you a call right now.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Santiago, it looks like you caught Chancellor?
I did, Judge. It looks like he's on the call again.
Yes. 20343-107, Lock Management versus Mr. Chancellor.
In there.
Good morning, Your Honor. Randy Lavasser, Pete 41712, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
And Mr. Tracy Chancellor? Your name for the record?
Yeah, this is his son. Hello,
Okay.
this is
What's
Tracy Chancellor Jr. He just videoed, if I'm not mistaken, he had videoed you guys earlier.
Right, but then he left on us. We were calling this case.
Cannot hear
Do
you.
you live at the Hartwell Street also, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So there was a question about whether or not your father or you wanted one of our free attorneys, but then I understand that he declined one of them.
I have no knowledge. I just walked in the house. He was using my phone. All I know is he videoed with him earlier. I'm not sure. I have to talk to him when he. Huh?
Is he around?
No, ma'am. I had just walked in the door. He's not at the house right now.
And that means he left. Because he was
Can't-
on. Yep.
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that, please?
I said that means he left because he was on here with us earlier.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He was there, but then he left. That's what I'm saying. He if I'm not mistaken from my knowledge, he was talking to you guys, and that was all I know.
Well, I'm going to adjourn it to November the 12th.
November the 12th?
Yes, and if he doesn't come back or you come back and ask the question about whether or not you want one of my attorneys, our free attorneys, then I may be required to do something else. Mr. Lavasser, what is this case? Is this a writ you wanted signed or what?
This is, Your Honor, our preference would be to get the EDP to work with them for EDP, but this is the third hearing and it's just spinning around going nowhere. Mr. Chancellor Jr. is technically a defendant because this is an action against occupants as well as against the named individuals. We do want this to move forward, but we need action taken by the tenants to get the EDP rolling.
Okay, Mr. Chancellor Jr., are you interested in having our program, the EDP, help pay your rent in this manner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn it to Mr. Lavassa. Did you say you'd be around on November 25th?
I think my preference was to avoid that date, but let me look at my calendar just to see what I have going.
Let's just go to December 3rd. December
That's good.
3rd is a Thursday. Who's gonna be here on December 3rd?
I will make sure Mr. Chancellor is there, and if he's not there, I will be there.
Who's that speaking?
I can't hear you, ma'am.
No, I'm talking to my attorneys, Mr. McCarty, Mr. Felipe, Ms. Pennie, Mr. Santiago. Any of you available for December 3rd? Okay,
Judge, you said a bunch of my cases on that day. I will follow up with this one.
Thank you very much. Then
Your
you
Honor,
wanna go with,
I would ask that Mr. Chancellor Jr. provide Mr. Santiago with his direct dial phone number to help facilitate this.
I'm gonna put them in a break room. You ready for a break room, Mr. Santiago?
Yes, Judge, can we just get the time for that date before I go in?
Oh, okay. December 3rd at 10:20?
That's fine for me, Judge.
Thank you, Your
Is that
Honor.
all right? See you, Mr. Lavassa?
That'll be good.
Okay. Mr. Santiago, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room with Mr. Chancellor Jr.
Correct, and I still have breakout room 2, Judge. Thank you.
You? Mr. Chancellor?
It look like he's gone.
Yep. Hopefully he's going to breakout room 2 with Mr. Santiago. I think that takes care of our docket, folks. What do you guys think?
Your Honor, I just have the one matter with Ms. Pennie where we're trying to get the proposed conditional dismissal to her. I do see it showing up in my inbox because I line copied myself, and I just want to make sure that she has it as well. I did also send it to her supervisor.
I just received it. Thank you, Mr. Lavasser.
Well, in that case, let's see if this is,
Your Honor,
yes?
what happened with the case ending in 503, Michael Horner? That's Mr. Wadsworth's case, the last one?
That was dismissed.
Okay.
He sent a dismissal.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did the conditional dismissal come in yet? I have it here. We're waiting on the conditional dismissals that everybody's looking at now. Are you guys trying to get it to Mr. Walker?
Your Honor, I'm going to sign it right now and then send it back to Mr. Lavasser.
Mr. Walker, have you given your attorney permission to sign this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't have it to look at it. But, Mr. Walker, are you in agreement with all the items on this dismissal?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, Ms. Pennie, you're in agreement with it, and Mr. Felipe, he's looked over it?
Yeah, Mr. Felipe is looking over it right now.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I've looked over it and it looks fine. We agree with it too.
And you're sending it back to, Mr., are you guys signing it for your client and sending it to me, or sending it back to Mr. Lavasser?
We're gonna sign for our client and then send it back to the court.
Mr. Lavasser, you already signed for your client?
I have put on an e-signature and I do have authority on behalf of my client. And just so we have the terms on the record, it's a termination action and the defendant is going to vacate by December 14th, 2020.
Okay, is that it, Mr. Walker?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions from anyone about that?
I mean, no, I just gotta do what I gotta do, ma'am. That's all. I appreciate the time given.
Okay, then thank you very much. When it gets here, I will sign it and Renee will mail it, email it. Mail it to Mr. Walker.
Yeah.
Mr. Walker, you'll get your copy of it in the mail and then everybody else will probably get theirs emailed to them. If Renee's got your email.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Walker, you are free to go.
Okay, have a great day.
It looks like everybody's free to go. Any last minute things?